Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. This is some crowd. How are you? Thank you. Leo. This is some crowd. These are the best people, Tiger. And we have Adam Scott here also, winner of the Masters, one of the greatest golfers in the world. I've always tried to swing just like Adam. It never worked out that way. And Tiger, we know, and I just want to thank Adam and Tiger and the Commissioner of Golf. Jay, thank you very much for being here. Jay Monahan, head of the PGA, and we had some interesting discussions. But let me ask you, is there anybody like our Tiger? How are you? He's the great. Would you want to just say a couple of words, Tiger? He doesn't. He's much more comfortable. Tiger.
Hey, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here with you, Mr. President, and to be on the road here with all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you too.
Go right over here. Thanks, Tiger. And I want to thank all of you very much for being here. Welcome to the White House, and we proudly celebrate Black History Month. How are you, darling? Today we pay tribute to the generations of Black legends, champions, warriors, and patriots who helped drive our country forward to greatness. And you really are great people. What a great, nice group of... I have some people in front of me every once in a while with all the problems that are caused all over the world. They're not nice. They're not nice. And but we're making them nice, I can tell you that, and we're making them nice rapidly. So we're pleased to be joined in this really beautiful afternoon at the White House by hundreds of incredible members of the African American community, many of whom are making history themselves, including one of the greatest athletes of all time, who you just said hello, the man who matched Sam Snead's #1 record for the most PGA Tour wins ever, and a man who has 15 majors, and he's got a long way to go, too. I was with him a week ago. We played. I think he's got some left, doesn't he, huh? He's got a couple of majors left, maybe more than that. But Tiger Woods, he's an incredible guy, an incredible athlete, incredible player. Thank you for being with us, Tiger. Thank you very much. And he got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which he proudly wore today. And we have Senator Tim Scott here. What do you think, Tim? You never got the Presidential Medal. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. You better believe it. And also, Adam, thank you very much. Adam is, as Tiger will tell you, one of the greatest players and one of the great modern players. And he had 32 wins worldwide and winning the Masters also. And he's something very special and a great representative of golfers and athletes. Thank you very much, Adam. Even though he doesn't quite come from our country, he sort of does, right? He's here a lot. He comes from another nice place like Australia, right? And they've been very good, very, very good to us. Jay, thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. We also have the head of Pfizer here, so I want to thank him. One of the great people, one of the great businessmen. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to congratulate our newly sworn-in Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Scott Turner. Come here. I got to say hello. Come on up here, Scott. I had Tim Scott pushing him so hard, you have no idea. I had no choice. Is that right, Tim? No, Scott is, I've known him a long time, and Scott's a real champion. Say a couple of words, Scott, please.
Well, hello, everyone. Is everybody happy to be here together? Is everybody happy to be here together? Amen. Well, first of all, I want to thank President Trump for his confidence and appointing me to this position. I consider it a great honor and a great blessing. And I thank God for this, and I'm real humbled by it. And you can guarantee that every day that I'm going to lay it down for the people of America. as Senator Tim Scott, thank you for your leadership. I really appreciate you. And for all of those who have gone before us and those of you who have such a great voice today, keep on speaking, keep on preaching for not just Black America, but for all America. So we appreciate you. And my sister, Brooke Rollins, and all of those here, Mr. President, we look forward to working with you, sir, and carrying out this great agenda. We pray for you every day. God bless you, and thank you. God bless America. Thank you for President Trump.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. And I see we have a newly, I think you just got in, right? They just confirmed you, and you did it very nicely. Brooke Rollins, she's the Secretary of Agriculture. It's a big deal. That's great, Brooke. That was a good vote you had, too, huh? She went through very easily, a little easier than some of our people, but they were all approved, every one of them. And today we just had Kash Patel approved, which is great. So, Brooke, congratulations. Secretary of Agriculture, that's big stuff, right? That's big. So you're going to do fantastically. And congratulations also to a really good friend of mine. He endorsed me early, and he was one of the best surrogates you could have. The surrogate is when you walk around and go on television shows and they go try and beat you up, but he beat them up. They didn't have a chance against Tim Scott, Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina. And he's now the longest serving Black United States Senator in the history of our country. I don't know. That's pretty good. He's going to be around for a long time, right? He just got married. Congratulations on that, too. That's beautiful, beautiful wife. Thanks as well to Congressman John James. Where's John James? Is he here? Hi, John. How are you? It's a star, young star. I knew that 5 years ago, right, John? I sort of predicted it. And I'm really proud to say that we now have more Black Republicans serving in the U.S. House than at any time since 1870. That's a long time, 1870. So thank you very much. And Scott, you're going to be fantastic. I'll tell you, you're going to do a great job. As you know, the Americans are going to be celebrating something very important coming up, our 250th anniversary, our nation's founding. And when we do, we're going to look forward to honoring the contributions of countless Black Americans who fought to win and protect and expand American freedom from the very, very beginning. And some of my good friends are here today, and I appreciate you being. I'm not going to call out your names because Tiger will get very bored. He'll say, this is a little boring. This is a little boring if we do that. But I want to thank you all for being here. You are our friends, and we appreciate this. And you, McGee, you are my friend. The last administration tried to reduce all of American history to a single year, 1619. But under our administration, we honor the indispensable role Black Americans have always played in the immortal cause of another date, 1776. We like 1776. In the very first skirmish of the Revolutionary War at Lexington Green, an enslaved Black man named Prince Estabrook, you know Prince Estabrook? Yeah. Answered history's call and fought as the Minutemen alongside the other patriots of the very small Massachusetts town. Couldn't protect itself, but they did a good job. Prince was wounded in the early morning battle, becoming not only the first African-American soldier to fight in the Revolution, but among the very first Americans to spill their blood. One of the first in the nation to spill blood in that very, very tough time. Soon, Estabrook joined the Continental Army and ultimately won his own freedom along with that of his fellow Americans. His legacy will endure, and we're very proud to honor him today. It's a very important day in our country, and we honor him. First person to spill blood happened to be Tim Estabrook. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we will be including the statue of Prince Estabrook in our new National Garden of American Heroes. We're going to be doing a Garden of American Heroes. And now that I think of it, I must tell you, sadly, most of them, I guess all of them are not with us any longer. I was going to put Tiger in the garden, but maybe you don't want to be there. I maybe should wait a little bit, huh? Like about 50, I think I'm going to wait about 50 years, all right? But Tiger's going to make it, okay? But I'm a little afraid to tell him yes because he'd be the only one that's living. I don't know, Tiger. Tiger's rejecting that offer, right? Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park. It's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable. We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. We'll honor hundreds of our greatest Americans to ever live, including countless Black Americans, icons. The garden will predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. And I will showcase extraordinary. It will be something very extraordinary. It's going to be producing, we're going to produce some of the most beautiful works of art in the form of a statue from men like Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Jackie Robinson, what a great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, he was not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant. And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all that I can. I'm sorry. During Black History Month, we pay tribute to these heroes and to so many others, but not simply because they're Black heroes, but also because they are truly American heroes who inspire all of us, very much so. The theme of this year's celebration is African Americans and labor, and we want to thank all of the Black workers, construction workers, and every other worker. They do a job like nobody can do, and we want to just thank them very much for their contribution. Tim, the contribution you've made, Tim, is incredible. Opportunity Zone, so many people, so many. He's the father of Opportunity Zone.
All right, so I'm just going to cut in real quick, sort of like how Fox does. No, not like those idiots. But in any event, I started early. Reason I started early was because we're all waiting for the feed for his live speech tonight. His live speech, as of right now, has not begun. So I figured we would go ahead, so I don't have to be configuring feeds while you're watching. You can listen to President Trump as he talked this afternoon at Black History Month. So without further ado, let me get back to him because, it's pretty cool.
America's destiny as one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. Just a few months ago, the people in this room and millions of other Black Americans played their own part in the American story when you went to the voting booths and restored a nice, good, solid government. And there's a guy that really helped. There's a man that really helped. You really are great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't forget. I'm proud to say that we received, listen to this, more votes from Black Americans than any Republican president ever. Not even close. Almost 40% of the vote. Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me. There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy. Thank you. You'll be seeing that on you're going to see that tonight, Tim, on television. I want to thank just a few of the people who are with us today, and these are great friends of ours. Alveda King. Alveda, where are you, Alveda? Hi, Alveda. Thank you. You've been with me from day one, and I appreciate it. I won't forget it. She's a fantastic woman. Alice Johnson. Where's Alice? Boy, are you incredible. I watched you on last night on television. You were so good. Alice was in prison for doing something that today probably wouldn't even be prosecuted. She spent 22 years in prison, 22 years. She had another 22 years left. Can you believe it? And I pardoned her, and it was one of the best pardons. One of the best pardons. You know what she was on? She happened to be on the wrong telephone line. Is that true? She was on a telephone call, and I'm not saying it was perfect, but it wasn't worth 40 or 50 years, Alice. And you've been an inspiration to people. and we're going to be listening to your recommendation on pardons. You're going to go over, and she's going to be my pardon czar, okay? And you're going to find people just like you that should not have happened. It should not have happened. So you're going to look and you're going to make recommendations, and I'll follow those recommendations, okay, for pardons, all right? Thank you very much. A man who's just incredible. This guy, I watched him when he was a Democrat, and then one day he had to change because he couldn't take it any longer. And did anyone ever hear of a man named Leo 2.0 Terrell? Where are you? Get up here. I love this guy. You know what he's doing now? He's with the Department of Justice. He's in charge of civil rights and lots of other great things. He's going to be working with Pam. It's okay. Could he come up, please? Come on, Leo. Get up here. Leo 2.0. This guy is great. Hello, man. Thank you. Congratulations. Huh?
You are the greatest.
Thank you.
Tiger,
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to say we are in the presence of the greatest president of all time. He is the greatest president in our lifetime. And I'll tell you right now, the Democratic Party should be worried because they took us for granted. No longer. We vote in our best interest. We want the same thing that every American wants. Good job. We want a secure border. We want to pay lower taxes, and Mr. President Donald Trump is doing that. Thank you, Mr. President.
He's a great guy. No, I watched him. He was a radical Democrat. He became a radical Republican, right? He's great. He's in the Department of Justice. Think of it, doing very important work at the highest level. Also, Sage Steele. Sage, where are you? Hello, Sage. Great job you do. You're doing great. Thank you very much, Sage, for being here. Michael, Harry O. Harris. Michael. Hi, Michael. Thank you very much, Michael. Deontay Johnson. Deontay. Thank you, Deontay. Lynn Patton, she's worked for me for a long time. Lynn, she's worked for us for a long time. Bob Woodson, where's Bob? And we're also joined by seven-time Mr. Olympia. I want to see this guy. Phil Heath, where's Phil? Phil Heath, I don't want to compare my muscles. Here he is. Thank you, Phil, very much. I appreciate it. Will you come up here for a second? Come on, get up. I got to say, come on, you. From day one, right? From day one, he's been here. Get up. You got to say just a word. Don't fall. If you fall, it's all over. Tiger, you're not allowed to fall. You know, you can make a great speech, but if you fall going up, that's no good. Come on. You are great.
Are you kidding me? Mr. President, it has been an honor of a lifetime to support you, to try to wake up as many people to the lies of the Democrat Party and the nonstop manipulation of the mainstream media. That's why I now have my show on Newsmax, so I can champion you. And I'm thankful that we've been able to champion him and get him across the finish line for another amazing 4 years. And let me say, I know God has chose you. He anointed you for this position. He kept you alive so you could be here today. And we prayed for that. We pray for you. We continue to pray for you. And we're thankful for your service and your sacrifice. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, honor. God bless you. Thank you.
From day one. I like those guys from day one. Tiger's been there from day one, too. Let me tell you, this guy is amazing. In 4 weeks, our new administration has achieved more than most administrations achieve in 4 years. We brought our country back. It's 4 weeks. Today is our 4th week. It's the end of the week. We are now starting our 5th, and I think we've done more in 4 weeks. Well, certainly than the last administration did in 4 years. They actually went negative. They actually went in the wrong direction. Together, we're going to be fighting long and hard for Black Americans and all Americans. We're going to be fighting for all Americans. We've secured our border, and we're stopping the invasion of our country. You know, our border right now is more secure than it's ever been. And we had the record. 4 years ago, we had the record. We had the the lowest number in history, and now the numbers, Tim, are even lower than they were then. And we're honored. We're allowing people to come in from all over the world, from prisons and jails, mental institutions, insane asylums, gang members. They had drug dealers. They had everybody dropping in. And we had this ridiculous open border policy. They drop in. And I'll tell you, the people that were affected the most were black people. You were affected the most in terms of the crime, in terms of the drugs and everything else. And we have the border shut down. We allow people to come in. We want people to come in, Tim, but we want them to come in legally. They're going to come through legally. So we're protecting American workers, including millions of black workers. And we have a thing called reciprocal tariffs. If they charge us, we charge them. This is opening up. We just signed the bill, and we're going to take in billions and billions of dollars, and we're making our country very healthy again and very rich again. We want to be very rich again. We've been taken advantage by everybody, and you've been watching Doge, where we found billions, tens of billions of dollars of fraud and waste and abuse, and that's just the beginning. And Elon Musk has done an amazing job, I have to tell you. Him and his super geniuses, you know, these are seriously high IQ people, and nobody's going to talk them out of anything. They go in and they're finding billions. I mean, literally tens of billions of dollars that we just started, and I think that's going to have a big, big impact, Brooke, right? So we want to just really say, and I have to say to you, I look at this turnout, I look at the love in the room. This is just love in the room. And I remember the first time I did this, my first administration, one of my first meetings, there wasn't this large a crowd, Tiger. We had about 5 people in the front. We had maybe five black people right in the front, right about there. I said, is anybody else coming? Is this it? Are we open? I don't even think Tim Scott, I know Turner wasn't there. I don't think Tim Scott was there either. I'm not sure. But that's all changed, and we got the highest vote, and one of the big reasons I'm president today is because of the black vote, and I always appreciate it. So this is a very special time. It's Black History Month. We love you all. We're going to work with you. We're going to make America greater than ever before. We're going to do it together, and I want to thank you all for being here. It's an incredible honor. And to my great golfing friends, I want to thank them in particular because they really are. They make a lot of money. They don't have to be up here with me. Tiger doesn't have to be here. Adam doesn't have to. They don't need this, but they love you and they love our country. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm interested in seeing how the media spins that tomorrow. A room full of black people cheering and screaming for Trump. Tiger Woods, David Harris, Leo Terrell, a bunch of other people there. Sage Steele he mentioned. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome display. All right, guys, so just to let you know, he was supposed to be on stage at 7 o'clock. And per usual, it is now 7:15, and President Trump has not made his way to the stage as of yet. So as soon as he shows up, I will go ahead and cut over to it. I've got three different feeds, and nobody is showing anything regarding the White House at this point. Excuse me. Well, actually, it's not at the White House. I mean, in terms of anything that the president is doing. So, with that, I also had some more videos. So, CPAC is going on right now as we speak, over the next 3 days. And Elon Musk basically stole the show today. I was going to say J.D. Vance spoke first thing in the morning at about 10, but Elon went over there and stole the show. So, let's look at what happened today with Elon Musk at CPAC. Okay, hold on. I got to show you this. Wait a second.
This is
okay. In case you don't recognize, that's Javier Milei from Argentina, the new president from Argentina. He brought in a Doge chainsaw. He gave Elon a chainsaw and said, yeah, go to work. Do what you got to do. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. A Doge chainsaw. I don't know if I want to be around Elon with a roaring chainsaw.
Chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw. Of justice or injustice under the Biden administration was, I mean, they were suing SpaceX. They're suing SpaceX for not hiring asylum seekers, and we're like, but it's actually illegal for us to hire asylum seekers because rocket technology is covered under ITAR rules, which means it's an advanced weapons technology. Yeah. And so we can only hire permanent residents or green or citizens. Right. Like so we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. And we sort of like so. How can they sue us for not hiring asylum seekers when it's actually illegal for us to do so? Yeah. But nonetheless, there was a big Department of Justice or injustice case about this against SpaceX. So obviously it was an antagonistic situation. And those astronauts were supposed to be up there for 8 days, and now they're up there for 8 months. Does that make any sense? And we obviously could have brought them back sooner, but they didn't want anyone who supported President Trump to look good, basically. Yeah. That's the issue. You know, and have like a sense of humor, you know? So, I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Yeah. Like, you can't make fun of anything. So then it was like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah. Legalize comedy.
And we've shifted the entire culture. And just
in terms of the COVID payments, there was something like $200 billion of COVID payment fraud taken by fraudsters out of the country.
Out of the country, yeah.
That's like I think, listen, if there's going to be fraud, it should at least be domestic.
Yeah.
So.
That they waste because they don't care. There's more money coming, they don't care. Yeah. You're cutting all this out. Everybody in this country knows that the government is full of waste, fraud, and abuse. And you're doing the work, and the Americans love it. Watching their reaction politically to this, I can't believe how bad they are at responding to this. I don't know how you're going to sit there and scream and complain because they're cutting waste out of the government and try to win another election. How do you try to win on that?
Well, at this point, I'm not sure how much of the left is even real. Yeah. You know,
how much was propped up by our money? You know.
Yeah. Like literally, you know, you see like these sort of fake rallies where there's like hardly any people, and the media will like frame it and like, you know, get all 6 people, you know, in the frame, but there's like nobody else is there. Like just it doesn't have popular support.
That is a great question. I think we're about to find out. Is the entirety of what we've seen on the left nothing more than a show, a Truman Show? People being paid to show up, people being paid to vote, all kinds of different people with Social Security numbers. Are we about to find out that the Democrat Party is nothing? I love how he said that. Does it really even exist? Well, we're going to see, because everything they tried to do to rile people up, nothing happened. Nothing's been happening. A nut here or a nut there, but we're not seeing thousands of people taken to the streets, and they've tried to rile them up. It ain't happening. But
then you learn that like there's hundreds of billions of dollars going to these so-called NGOs. Yeah. And it's your tax dollars that are funding things that are fundamentally anti-American.
And they're propping up their narrative.
Yes.
A lot of that government money has been propping up a left that I don't think is as strong as they made it seem.
In fact, a massive amount of your tax dollars is going to legacy media companies.
Yes.
Directly from the government.
The government wants to take over media.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. That's why we have X.
Yeah, and that's
why you spent $44 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money.
I mean,
more than it was probably worth. But there was a message.
Freedom is priceless.
Priceless. Yeah. Vilified by the media. Like you're
what? No. Really?
I mean, you turn on some of these channels, brother. I mean, they're angry at you. Does it bother you at all? Does it get to you? Yeah.
I mean, when they're chanting for my death, I suppose that's a little.
Yeah. Not good.
And then like the song's not even that good, and it's like you call that a death chant? That's nothing. Please.
They've been singing a lot
not
lately.
even good music.
There's a lot of music lately. It's not good music.
As you watch Elon, doesn't it appear like he's just having a good time? I know, just like with anybody, he's got to be angry at certain times. Things happen. But he just looks like he's having fun. I guess having a gazillion dollars can make, life kind of easy for you. But he comes out there in a dark MAGA outfit, shades, looking like a rock star, playing like a rock star, and just having fun. And I really believe that is the worst thing possible for the left. The left doesn't like fun. The left doesn't like humor. They don't want you to enjoy life. They exist on misery. They exist by keeping people thinking there's always a grievance around the corner. There's always something wrong. And if they don't have people, excuse my language, I'm going to try and stop. If they don't have people complaining and whining and protesting, do they even have substance of a party? You never, ever, think about it. Do you ever see people on the left enjoying themselves? Well, wait a minute, there was one. I remember at the White House lawn party, they were dancing to the guys in the dresses and they're pretending like they were having fun. But just generally, in life in general, just having a good time. Promoting a good time for other people. No, you just don't see it. There's no fun. It's a weird way to live, isn't it?
Like either, yeah.
Yes.
I would say that they got an early start, and we're watching how they're devolving, and you're trying to save it from happening here.
No, in Europe, they put people in prison for memes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
And they're collapsing. This society it's a collapsing society. It feels that way.
It feels like
France was nicer 50 years ago than it is today.
Yeah.
I don't think you can question that.
Yeah.
But let me add something to that. Robin was watching one of those movies on, Turner Classic Movies. And I came out there and we just started laughing because if you don't remember Chevalier, Laurent Chevalier, I believe his name is, whatever his name is, Chevalier. And he was singing a song. And the movie is called Gigi. And it's set, in France. I believe it's France. And he's singing a song that probably if you sang it today, people would want to lock you up. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And you guys may know the song, Sing Evan, Fajito Girls. And I'm thinking there's such an innocent song. I think it was innocent as they were singing in the movie. In France, people looked happy. They were dressed. They were enjoying themselves. And now you can't even walk down the street in France. Amazing how things have changed.
Really. Thanks. I love you too. I really just wanted to do useful things, like basically build products, provide products and services that are good, and that I wasn't really like that interested in being political. It just there was at a certain point no choice.
Yeah.
So isn't it it's totally wild? We just did a check the database on Social Security. It says how many alive Americans eligible for Social Security are there? And according to the database, it's over 400 million. And we're like, wait a second.
And how many are getting?
How old are they again?
Yeah.
And then we found one person in there is 360 years old. I'm like, what, do they know Ben Franklin or something? America didn't exist before at that time. So
yeah, we were colonies.
Maybe it's just me, but I think it's a red flag. I don't know. People sometimes
to end this war.
Say I'm a bought asset of Putin.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can't afford me.
Oh, can you imagine saying that line? people call me bought asset of Putin. I'm like, he can't afford me, bro. Oh my goodness. Never have I heard somebody who actually is too rich to be bought. There's nothing you could offer me. I am too rich for Putin to even buy me. Take that, lib nuts.
I think you're worth more than Russia.
Think about it.
I like that.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of this.
Before we get to this person, I don't want to use any bad language. Just to let you know, monitor number 1, monitor number 2, monitor number 3, no Trump. I don't know, no Trump. It's 7:26, so we'll keep checking everything to see when he walks out. Everyone's looking for this feed, but maybe we're getting ghosted tonight. I don't know. In any event, we'll spend some time. I got some things I can cut to. I got some of the stuff on CPAC. We got some stuff to talk about. In any event, this woman, I almost feel like President Trump should cut this up and make this a commercial for his campaign or the Republican campaign for 2026. I think this woman has surpassed AOC as the stupidest person in government. After everything we've seen over the last 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, this woman decides to go on television and spew this absolute insanity. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you, if you haven't seen her, the stupidest woman in politics. This is Jasmine Crockett. You won't believe what she says. And as you listen, remember what you've seen over the last, 2 weeks.
Savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only reason that those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again. We had a once in a lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola unfortunately was detected right here in New York here recently.
Fact check. Wrong.
And if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts as it relates to what they're telling us to do, or we don't want to deal with vaccines and medicine in this country, then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2, 3, or 4 pandemics.
I don't think she knows what a pandemic is. I'm a guess.
Because of their incompetence. So no, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
We're not in the business of giving out money. Okay, Jasmine? Never mind Doge. I won't even talk about Doge yet. Do you know what the biggest expense basically in the country is? Food stamps, welfare, entitlements. Pretty much we're in the business of giving out money. Now, on top of all that, we have really found we've been in the business of giving away money. We've been giving money to Mozambique, $50 million for condoms and for drag shows. We most assuredly have been in the business of giving away money, just not to Americans. That's what she should have just said. Well, I'm not in the business of giving away money to Americans. But to say you're not in the business of giving away money is an absolute lie. The last part of what she said, and I was floored. What's $5,000 going to do? It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It don't mean nothing, $5,000. Oh my God. Completely lost the narrative, completely have lost touch. They have no clue. They let her go on television and say that. There's been no clarification. Nobody has come out and said, hey, I'm sure $5,000 would probably help 99% of Americans. And the other 1% wouldn't mind having it either because it's their heckin' money. Oh my goodness, she actually said that. That came out of her mouth. I don't even have to look in chat. I know right now I can say, yeah, $5,000 would go a long way to a lot of people. How elitist, how looking down your nose at people can you be to say that $5,000 ain't nothing? Ain't nobody need no $5,000. It's nothing. It's meaningless. And they wonder why they're losing elections. That needs to be framed, cut, clipped, and played over and over and over again by every Republican who's going against any Democrat. I mean, she pretty much just explained it, didn't she? They look Americans in the face and just straight up insult them. Insult you. No big deal. You can't use $5,000. It's no big deal. And it ain't happening because we're not in the business of giving away money. All right, checking feeds. We got nothing going on yet, so let's take some comments. I hope they didn't cancel this because if this thing was supposed to start at 7 and it's now 7:32, oh, I don't know. And it's so funny. Most of the people with these feeds don't have like extra videos like what I have to put in. And so they stand there in front of the camera. So it's about 32 degrees here in Washington. And hey, John, what do you think? Because there's nothing to say. I mean, some of these guys are very good, but it's very hard to burn an hour of time. And that's exactly what they're being told to do at this point. Actually, 33 minutes. Okay, we do have something here. Yep, we do have something showing up. It says soon. I do have a visual. I got a visual on the stage. It's showing up. He's just not walked out there yet. So as soon as he does, we will cut to it because all I have is a soon banner as of right now. This looks like Brian Kemp coming out. Let's see if we can cut to Brian Kemp. And you can hear Brian Kemp talk.
Georgia is going to start this off here. We do just want to squeeze in a very, very quick commercial break. We'll go out to that right in 2 minutes.
I can't stand these networks. I can't stand you. Guy comes out to talk and like, wait a second, we're going to like squeeze in a commercial here, okay? Well, then we'll be right back. Why didn't you do that before the guy walked out there? What? Let's wait until he actually walks out. Then we go to the commercial break, right? Okay, that makes sense. You flipping morons. All right, so once they're done with their commercial break, maybe I should go to one right now real quick. While they're doing that, that way I don't have to break. I'm waiting for them. I was going to take some comments, but it might be time for me to go to a commercial break. I don't like to call it a commercial break because Lear Capital is a partner. I hope you understood what he did today and how we're talking to Kevin back and forth, talking about gold and silver. And might be the time to get you some, given what's going on and wondering what's going on in Fort Knox. So while they're doing that, let me jump here. As you know, President Trump has assembled the Avengers to make America great again. And of course, we're all excited and ready to see them get to work. But with everything we're seeing right now, don't take your eye off the ball. Things could get much worse before they get better. With the possibility of World War III still looming, and with the Democrats doing everything they can to impede Trump, you still need to keep your guard up and your money protected. Oh, and our national debt is still massively increasing. Don't get me wrong, I have high hopes for Trump's America, but I also have a family to look out for. You see, Trump and the Avengers have quite the uphill battle ahead. That's why I'm making sure I'm protected, and I'm recommending that you do the same. One way to be protected is by diversifying your portfolio. That's why on this channel I've been happy to partner with Lear Capital. As you know, I've been involved in real estate for quite some time. And although I dabbled in gold and silver, Kevin and his staff at Lear have helped to educate me even further, especially in regards to silver. Give Lear a call today and they'll show you how easy it is to move some of your savings or your retirement account into gold and silver. Gold and silver have been proven to hold value and protect wealth for the long term. Call Lear today at 800-601-5430. All right, so President Trump is about to take the stage. Here we go. I got him on. SV, I got him on. You're a little bit late, SV. All right, yep, play the music. I got the music. The music is on. He's doing his little dance. I can see it. We're all live and waiting for him to step up and take to the stage. President Donald Trump. He's like, you guys ready to stop the music so I can talk? The music is still playing. I've never seen that before. President Trump was ready to take to the stage and start talking, and they shut him up. They basically said, hold on, bro, hold on. We're not done with the music. So we're waiting for him to finish the music, and then he's doing his little dance. He's raring to go. I hope he has a good one. Something tells me this is going to be kind of a victory lap type of speech. A speech because of the Kash Patel and every one of his cabinet members have been confirmed as of today. The only misstep was Matt Gaetz, which, all right, so they took that ceremonial scalp per se. But in any event, everybody else has been confirmed. I think we're ready to go. Let's see here. We got music still playing. That's a long song. Yep, still playing the music. That was funny. Donald Trump was ready to take the microphone, and they basically took it out of his hands. So he's coming on stage here at 7:38. Let's see how long he's going to go for. But I think he's going to mention Kash Patel. I think this is going to be a good one. All right. President Donald Trump.
That's such a great song. It's hard to cut it off, isn't it? You know, I want to get you home for the hockey game, I guess, and but we'll get this done real quickly. And I want to thank you all. We have so many great friends here, a lot of great governors, a lot of talent. I'm thrilled to be with the Republican governors, and they have done an amazing job. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you as we complete the...
Hey, please let me know in the chat if the volume is okay.
And making our country great again. We're going to do it. We've made a lot of progress. We're given credit for having the best 4 weeks that anybody's ever had as an opening. So now a few hundred more weeks like this, and we're going to be in great shape. But we've had a lot of fun doing it, too. It's a pleasure to do it. We just rip down whatever they've done. It's almost like I want to just do one executive order. Anything he signed is now terminated. It's easier than, point after point after point. I sign and sign. Just do one. Everything he signed is no good, because that's really what basically it's all about. I especially want to thank the chairman of the Republican Governors Association, Brian Kemp, who was fantastic. He was fantastic. We won Georgia by a lot. Where's Brian? We won Georgia by a lot. Where are you, Brian? There you are. We did a great job together, and I appreciate it. We won't forget it. Thank you, Brian. As well as Vice Chairman Greg Gianforte, a friend of mine who's done a fantastic job as governor, for organizing this beautiful evening. In addition to it, hi, Greg, how you doing? Good? You look good. You look good. In addition to our fantastic governors, we also have Secretaries Doug Burgum and Chris Wright. They're very important. Where are they? Where are they, Doug? You were great on television, Chris. These two guys are going to do it. I tell you, if they get the energy pumping, we'll get that energy price down, and everything's going to follow. Everything's going to follow, and we're going to work very, very hard. Here's a gentleman from Virginia that I recognize that we've become. We almost won that, didn't we, huh? We almost won it. We were just a little bit shy. But I want to thank you for the help. We did a great job together. But another man that's with us is really unbelievable, and you're going to be working with him very closely, RNC Chairman Michael Whatley. And Michael worked with Laura, and the team of him and Laura were pretty unbeatable, I would say. She was great and had the victory, and she's solid. There was no nepotism either. Nobody said, oh, gee. They said, how did you get her? And I said to Michael, so who would you like to work with? Well, how about Laura again? But Laura came right after we won. She said, now, Dad, I want to go home to my family. She did a great job, and she just wanted to go back home to the family. But what a team that was. We beat them left and right. They tried to cheat, but they... you had, how many lawyers did you have? Like 2,000 lawyers or some crazy number, right? 6,500 lawyers. I would say that's a lot. And the reason I picked him is because with North Carolina in 2020, we did so great in 2020, but the one that just held steady was him with the 601 lawyers at that time. And I remembered that, and I said, that's the guy, because we're going to win, but we have to keep him from being really bad, being naughty. They tried. But, you know, we had an expression, we got to make it too big to rig, and that's what we did, too big to rig. And it was a great night. And Michael, thank you. Great, just a fantastic job. You'll be working with these ladies and gentlemen on just keeping everything, including keeping governor seats, I assume. You're going to work with them in governor seats too, right? But there's no better man than Michael. Thank you, Michael. Great job. Appreciate it. And we're gathered tonight at a really exciting time for our nation. I think it's going to be a very exciting time. We have tremendous potential. I have been called by every company. Brian just told me about a big one that's going to be moving in a very big way. But I've been called by so many big companies that they're going to want to beat the tariffs. And there's only one way to beat the tariffs. Tariffs, one of the most beautiful words I've ever heard. In fact, I went around saying it's my favorite word in the dictionary, and I got killed by the fake news media. They said, what about God? What about religion? What about love? I said, all right, I give up. It's my fourth favorite word. So now I say God, religion, love, and then tariffs, number 4. And now I'm okay. I can get away with that. I couldn't get away with making it number 1, but it's close. The American people gave Republicans a historic mandate on November 5th. If you remember that, November 5th. What a day that was, huh? There was no games. November 5th, 2024 will go down as one of the most important days in the history of our country. I believe that. We won the House, we won the Senate, we won the White House, and in the presidential race, we won all 7 swing states by a lot. And the popular vote by millions and millions of votes for the first time of any Republican in decades. It's hard for us to win the popular vote, but it's not going to be anymore because we're a much different Republican Party right now. We're really, nobody can believe what's happened to this party. It's become a big party, really big and powerful party. We won 85% of all counties in America. Think of that, 85%. Have you seen the map? It's all red. There's a little blue on the outside here, and the outside, the whole thing is like red. They won 525 counties compared to us, 2,600 counties. Think of that. I don't know why we only won by millions of votes. We should have won by a lot more than that. Maybe it's because they cheated, who knows? And incredibly, all 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party. That's never happened before. It's the first time ever in history that that's happened. All 50 states shifted toward the Republicans, and significantly in many cases. Most importantly, for this room, we're pleased to welcome 8 new Republican governors. Could you stand up, please? Just stand up. Look at these people. Oh, I know them. I know the man. Good. Great. I know every one of them. Mike Braun of Indiana, Mike Keogh of Missouri, Kelly Ayotte of New Hampshire, Larry Roden, that's great, Larry Roden of South Dakota, Kelly Armstrong of North Dakota, Patrick Morrissey of West Virginia, Jennifer Gonzalez Colon of Puerto Rico, Nicola Polo of American Samoa. And I want to congratulate you all. You have great races. You won generally pretty easily. We're going to win a lot of races. You know, in presidential races, they say when you win the presidency, usually the midterms don't go well. I think we're going to do great. I think we're going to really increase our margins by a lot. That's why I went to Michael. I said, you got to stay. You can't go anywhere, Michael. But I can tell you that I did something very different. Our win was so big and so conclusive presidentially, and we had great help from donors. We have a lot of great donors in the room tonight. But this is a nice room, by the way. It's a very nice place. But we did something differently. I said that to my people that do the fundraising, I said, listen, everyone's so happy. Usually you wait 2 or 3 years to go back to the donors. You know, you let it rest, you let their wallets cool off a little bit. But I did it the next morning after we won. I said to Meredith, who may or may not be here, I don't think she is, maybe she is, she's great, but I said to a whole staff of people, I said, call everybody and see if they'll double up. Now, we raised $1.6 billion. They raised $2.7 billion, and they're running short. They can't raise the final 28. You know, when you lose, it's very hard to raise money. But when you win, it's not so hard. I said, see what you can do. Call everybody and say, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Would you like to make a contribution? So this was not a good situation, but they fully understood. They were so happy, they didn't care. And Michael, we raised $608 million in 3 weeks. Can you believe that? So we've got that money, and I got to spend it somewhere. And they tell me I'm not allowed to run. I'm not sure. Is that true? I'm not sure. So if I can't spend it on me, I guess that means I'm going to be spending it on some of my friends, right? A lot of my friends. We're going to be running. But think of that, we raised $608 million, isn't that great? And I think I'll keep going. I'll just keep bugging them, build it up, but it's going to be great. I think we're going to do fantastically. I think the midterms are going to be a big surprise. And it just seems, I don't know what it is. You go back to the last, I think 8 elections in a row, the midterms haven't been great for the person that wins the presidency. And I think so far we're very popular. I had an approval rating today of 71 and another one of 69. I have not heard of those numbers before. So we're going to fight very hard, because the better I do, the better you do. It makes your races a lot easier if we do well, and we're going to keep doing well. With the help of everyone here tonight, the golden age of America has officially begun, and the golden age of just this whole thing, the red states. It's going to be leading the way to making our country richer and safer and stronger than ever before. The red states are going to do good, and the blue states, I don't know, maybe they'll totally disappear off that map. It's like, you know, they don't learn, because, you know, like men and women's sports, I say we become the party of common sense. Men and women's sports is not a winner for them. But I saw somebody fighting like hell for the fact that a man should partake in women's sports, a Democrat, a radical left lunatic. And they're still going at it, and we shouldn't really fight them too hard until just about a week or two before the election. Just let them go. Don't convince them not to. You know, I'm always saying they haven't learned. I don't want to say that. Don't say that. Let them keep going, and then about a week before the election, just blast the hell out of them. It's like in a race, you know, you hang in there, then you just go, because there's no way. Open borders with prisoners coming in, jails, some of the worst murderers in the world. We had one guy killed 5 people, separately killed 5 different people. This is not going to be a great person for our country, but we had 11,088 murderers right now. Some of them have been already brought back. And you know, when you think about it, transgender, everybody should be transgender. These are not things that play very well. I would say they're 7% issues for them. And they're over 90% for us, but they keep going. So don't tell them they're wrong. It's too long, 2 years or 4 years. It's too long. Let them continue to go and say, I think it's a brilliant idea to have open borders, to allow prisons and mental institution people to pour in from all over the world. They came from everywhere. But about a week before that election, go crazy. Just save up your money and explain we can't live like this. And they understand it. Every day of my administration will be fighting to help your state succeed and prosper, and together we're going to bring back the American dream, something nobody talks about anymore. In our last 4 weeks, our new administration has accomplished more than most administrations do in 4 years, and the last administration was a negative. I mean, it was accomplishment, I would say negative 50%. There wasn't any accomplishment, it was a de-accomplishment. On day one, I declared a national emergency on our southern border. I sent our military to the border to secure the sovereign territory of the United States of America. We ended catch and release. We began the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. You know, he was sort of a moderate guy, but he was very strong on the fact he didn't want people pouring into our country from all over the world. He was very tough. He had the record. We now have the record. It's not a record I'm really proud of. You don't like to do that, but we have no choice. We can't let it. I mean, they let criminals, many, many criminals, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of criminals, 21 million people, I believe, is the number. And of that, millions of people are hard, stone-cold criminals. In the past 4 weeks, illegal border crossings have plummeted by nearly 100%, and the tiny number of illegals that do make it across are being apprehended and sent right back to their home where they belong. All countries are taking the illegal aliens back, every single one, even though they said, and strongly, we're never taking them back, don't even try. They said that during the Biden administration, it didn't work. They're taking them back. They have no choice, they're taking them back. They know we're not playing games. You remember Venezuela saying it? We're not taking them back, don't even waste your time. They said that to Biden. He said, well, they have us over a barrel. They don't have us over a barrel. How about BRICS? You know, the BRIC states, there are like 6 of them, and they were trying to destroy our dollar. They were going to say, you know, they wanted to create a new currency. They probably wanted to use the yuan, China. They wanted to use the yuan. And Biden said, well, this is a tough situation. There's not much we can do about that. We can't help that. I said, oh, we can help it. So when I came in, the first thing I said is any BRIC state that even mentions the destruction of the dollar will be charged a 150% tariff. And we don't want your goods, we don't want to partake. And the BRIC states just broke up. I don't know what the hell happened to them. We haven't heard from the BRIC states lately. But he said that wasn't much we could do about it. There was a lot. It took once, and literally, they said, sir, what about the BRIC states? They're going to take over the dollar, the sanctity of the dollar. They're going to create a new currency to rule the world. I said, no, they're not. They said, yes, they are, sir. They said it. I said, no, they're not. Tell them 150% tariff, plus we're not going to do business with them. And that includes China. And all of a sudden, they went to the BRIC states and they said, could I ask you, how do you feel about that? I have no comment on this. I don't know what you're even talking about. It was an amazing turnaround. No, we're not playing games. Just this week, I officially designated the drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, including Trendy Aragua and MS-13, which gives us great power. And to facilitate the rapid deportation of the worst criminals that we have anywhere in the world, we've also opened the full capacity of the detention facility at Guantanamo Bay. You know, people don't realize that thing was built, you know, we hear about a few prisoners, and they do have maximum security, but it actually was built for thousands and thousands of people, and we're using that prior to bringing back to their country. We use it for the bad ones, the really bad ones, and in some cases, they're so bad we don't want them to go back to the country. We want to watch them because they'll be able, if they do sneak in, we don't want that. We don't want them anywhere near our country. In addition, we're waging war on Joe Biden's inflation disaster, the worst inflation probably in our history. They say 48 years, which isn't bad, but probably in our history. And to bring down the price of energy, I declared a national energy emergency. It's going to be an emergency. And you know what, what we say and what Doug is going to do. Doug, you are so important, you and Chris. You know, Chris is known, and I got this from Doug, as the best energy guy in the entire country. And people were shocked that he wanted to do this. He gave up something tremendous. He was the biggest guy. There was nobody bigger, nobody better. And Chris Wright. Is Chris Wright here? Is he here? Where is he? This guy is, and this is from Doug. I said, Doug, I want to make you the energy czar. And he said, sir, there's one man that blows me away. Right, Doug? He said, his name is Chris Wright. He's much better. I said, I want to see this man. And I met him. And I just agreed immediately that he was far superior to Doug. I'm only kidding. So what I did, we have a weird deal. You know, we have the Department of Energy and the Department of the Interior. And Interior has all of the energy. And Doug has none of the energy, but he's got, Chris has none of the energy, but he got a hell of a good title. But we want the guy with the energy to be able to drill. So we sort of merged them and their friends and everything else. And they've got a thing going on. I think it's going to set records like nobody's ever seen before. So we have the man that controls the energy. We have the man that drills the energy. And now we've put them together. And you're going to see some action. You're going to see something come way down. So thank you. And thank you, Doug. You were really terrific. He was a great governor, by the way. A couple of you may know him slightly. But he was a great governor, did a fantastic job. You know, he made a lot of money in the technology business, sold to Microsoft for a lot of money. I won't tell you how much. I don't want to embarrass him. Some people would say it's a lot. Some people would say it wasn't that much, right? But, you know, when you get close to $1 billion, that's pretty good. And he didn't know much about energy. When he became governor, he became one of the great experts of energy anywhere. We did unbelievable, really an unbelievable job with the state. He did like me. He did well in business, and then he said, let's run for politics. And he did, and they love him in the state. But he was term limited, and I watched him running. He was running against me, but I still liked him. And I said, that guy's got real talent, and he was one of the first people I called. So you're doing a great job, and thank you for leading us to Chris. I'll give you a bigger thank you in 2 years if Chris is as good as you say, okay? But I know he's going to be. Thanks a lot, Chris. Good. Go out there. If we can bring energy down, everything's coming down. You know, the eggs are coming down and the bacon's coming down. Everything is coming down, and that's the biggest thing, the energy. So those two guys are very important. To cut through the red tape, I've established a National Energy Dominance Council, chaired by the former colleague and your former colleague, Secretary Burgum. He's going to do a fantastic job. We're putting incredible people on it. I withdrew from the one-sided and very expensive Paris Climate Accord. It's a one-way street. You know, under that accord, we pay $1 trillion. Think of it. We pay $1 trillion. They pay nothing. China doesn't pay anything. India doesn't pay anything. Russia doesn't pay. We just pay everybody. It's like a health organization, and every deal is no good, but we're changing it. We terminated health, you know, on the World Health. We paid $500 million a year, and China paid $39 million a year. I said, that doesn't sound good. They have 1.4 billion people, and we have, nobody knows what the hell our number is, because so many people pour into our country. We used to say like 325. I have no idea. We'll figure it out eventually, but let's put it this way, it should be substantially less than 1.4. But we have, let's say we have 325 million, they have 1.4. We're paying 500 million. And these aren't, I mean, relative to government, these aren't huge numbers, but this is an example of what happens when you have bad government, when you have incompetent people. So I would explain this, and they called me and they said, we'll let you in for the same 39 million. I said, well, we should be much less than 39. We should be, but I didn't even want to do that because I'm not going to talk. I said, I'll think about it. And it was very public. And when Biden came in, he agreed to go back into the World Health for $500 million. He could have gotten, I mean, it's a lot of money. You could have gotten it for 39 million, Joe. That's why you're not president any longer, I guess. No, he could have had it for 39. They were standing there. It was very public. But he took the 500 million instead because he never laid in bed at night sweating, tossing and turning like half of these governors. Not all of them probably, but half of them sweating. How are we going to do a great job? He never did that. But that's just a case study in, you know, how not to run. Because, you know, if we had people at that level that would have negotiated. I bought a plane. It's really two planes, Air Force One. Now, if Boeing would build the damn thing, it would be nice too. We don't build like we used to. We don't build too fast. I gave the order out about 6 years ago. They're still waiting. Getting a little tired of it. I gave a fixed price deal, but it was 5.7 billion. I negotiated with Boeing. It took about 2 months, and I got the 5.7 down to 4 billion. Actually, 1 penny less than 4. I said it has to have a 3 on it. And he said, you want from 5.7 to 3? I said, yeah, 3 on it, meaning it has to start with a 3. And after about 2 months of saying no, 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 it has to have a 3, has to have a 3, he called up, he said, sir, 3 billion, I want, and this is what happened, 3,999,999,999 and 99 cents, 1 penny less. I said, you have a deal. But we saved $1.7 billion just by negotiating. And in all fairness, most of you can do that, and some of you do it. Some of you do, you have surplus states, you have incredible states, and you have to do that because every time somebody sends you a bill, they expect to be negotiated. And in the past administration, and sometimes I guess in this it happens because people don't care. Elon talks about caring. Caring is very important, and they have to care. If they care, they say, no, I'll pay you. They'll send you a bill for $10,000, and you say, nope, I'll give you 5. And they'll say, no way, no way, no way, and you'll end up paying 6 or 7 or something. But all you have to do is care a little bit and try and get it down. And literally every contract, I think there's not a contract that's sent in government that I couldn't come, and that many of you couldn't cut, and cut very substantially. And boy, what a difference it would make for the government. I terminated the Green New Scam, one of the great scams in the history of our country. I canceled Joe Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry from destruction. That was an easy one. And all of this helps to combat inflation and bring down costs. We're bringing down costs way down. We're going to bring up jobs like you haven't seen because the company's pouring in. We're going to have announcements over the next 3-4 weeks that you're not going to believe from some of the biggest companies in the world, and the numbers are staggering. Hundreds of billions of dollars of investment, hundreds and hundreds, trillions of dollars when you add it up, to slash hundreds of billions of dollars in waste and fraud. We're talking about also an abuse. I've created, as you possibly have read just a little bit, the Department of Government Efficiency. And here are just some of the things that we've paid, and we've stopped, and we've gotten the money back. $520 million for a consultant to do ESG, that's environmental, social, and governance investments in Africa. $525 million. $25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and social responsibility behavior in Colombia. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody even knows what the hell it means. $42 million for social and behavioral change in Uganda. $10 million for Mozambique medical male circumcision. We're doing circumcisions in Mozambique to the tune of approximately $12 million. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $486 million to the Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, including $22 million for inclusive and participatory political process in Moldova, and $21 million for voter turnout in India. Why are we caring about India turnout? We got enough problems. We want our own turnout, don't we? Can you imagine all that money going to India? I wonder what they think when they get it. Now, it's a kickback scheme. It's not like they get it and they spend. They kick it back to the people that send it, I would say, in many cases. Many of these cases, anytime you have no idea what we're talking about, that means there's a kickback, because nobody has any idea what's going on there. $29 million to strengthen the political landscape in Bangladesh. Nobody knows what they mean by political landscape. What does that mean? $20 million for fiscal federalism and $19 million for biodiversity in Nepal. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. What the hell do I care about? We got a lot. We got enough problems. And all of this is terminated. We terminated this stuff, and we're on the track. And by the way, so many others I could read all night long, but so many were so terrible, and some were actually disgusting. And I know you're eating your dinner, so I didn't want to do that. But we're draining the swamp. And one of them was $100 million for condoms for Hamas. You heard about that. 50 and 50. It's 50 million, and then they decided they needed more condoms, so they sent another 50 million. So it's 100 million condoms for Hamas. But now that's the good stuff. Here's even worse. Social Security. As you know, generally speaking, people don't live to be over 100 years old. We all will, I think, 120, 130, hopefully. But, you know, you hate when you get near that number. It's like, let's hope we can live to length like this. But here's what we're finding and what we found. And these were all found by these computer geniuses. I asked Elon, what trait do these have? You know, they started off with 12 guys, then they had 30 guys, then they had 57 guys. Now they have over 100 guys, and he attracts very young people with high IQs, you know. Some people attract very beautiful people. I think I like them better, actually. But he attracts young people that are brilliant, and they love the country, too. But I said, what trait do they really have? And the trait that they really have was that they're extraordinary with computers. They can take them. He said they make love to their computer. I said, I don't want to hear about that. Doesn't sound too good. He said they can take apart the most complex computer instruments and literally put them back blindfolded. So when they go into some guy that's ripping off the country by doing some of the things.
That's not me, so I'm not sure.
Mistake. There was a big mistake. And we're finding hundreds of billions of dollars worth of fraud, waste and abuse, but I think fraud will be the number one as we see. But listen to this on the program. There are 4.7 million Social Security members who go and live from 100 to 109. Well, I'll tell you, I know some people that are close to 100. I know one or two that got over that mark. But you don't have millions. 3.6 million people from age 110 to age 119. 3.47 million people from age 120 to 129. In other words, 120 to 129 years old. Millions of people, millions. 3.9 million people from age 130 to 139, which is pretty amazing because the longest living person ever on record, and they're not sure it was correct, was a woman from a very far away place, lived to 127 years old. She was a healthy specimen, but she lived to 127. 3.5 million people from age 140 to 149. So we have 140-year-old people plus millions of them. 1.3 million people live to over 150 years of age, 150 to 159 to be exact. Over 130,000 people over the age of 160 years old, including 1,039 people between the ages of 220 to 229. And we're going to be investigating this fraud. Actually, we had one person who was 361 years old. And what we're doing now is we're finding how many of these people were paid. So we have millions of people, could be well over 100 million people in our Social Security rolls. So the good news is when we take them off, whether they were paid or not, it looks like our Social Security could be really solid. It could be a lot better than we thought, if you think about it. And I'm going to do something. I'm actually going on this one. You know, all my life I've heard about Fort Knox. That's where the gold is kept, right? I heard Fort Knox, oh. But, you know, we're getting a little bit shaky. We're getting the yips on this stuff. Like, I want to find out. So we're going to open up the doors. I'm going to see if we have gold there. We want to find out, did anybody steal the gold in Fort Knox? It's a pretty amazing place. But I'm going to actually go. We're going to open the doors. We're going to inspect Fort Knox. We want to make sure that we actually have, you know, 400 tons of gold or whatever the hell it is. It's a lot of gold. I don't want to open it and the cupboards are bare. Could happen. If you look at some of the things, oh, by the way, wait till we go into the education department. We haven't even done that. So we could find as much as $1.5 trillion worth of waste, fraud, and abuse. If we do that, we can balance budgets. We can do a lot of other things, especially when you couple it with the massive amounts of tariffs that are coming in already, you know, just with what we are charging. I won't mention the country because I don't want to anger people that like me, and I like them very much. But we're finding at least $60 billion a year in one country alone, and I haven't even started. It's just a very small portion that I've, you know, attached to them. So I got a call from Congress, they said, you know, a lot of money is coming in from these tariffs, and they're starting to change their whole thing. So if you can add the tariffs, and this is numbers that, I don't want to say it because then they'll say he didn't produce, but you could wipe out your income tax. You could maybe not even have an income tax system when this thing works out. Because in the old days, that's what happened. You know, our country was the richest ever from 1870 to 1913. That's when we were actually the richest, and we were a full tariff country. McKinley, and I just renamed Mount McKinley, as if I hope you're happy about that. But McKinley was the president. He was a tariff guy, and he believed that countries should not be allowed to come in and plunder. He had beautiful language on tariffs: plunder our wealth, plunder our jobs, steal our companies, and take our money without paying a very fair price. And he said, and that price should be more than fair. It should be high, because what they do is they hurt our country. And we became very rich. He was assassinated, and as you know, Roosevelt took over, Teddy, and he spent money on parks and on dams and on everything. I mean, you know, but he really spent a lot of the money. McKinley never got the credit, but he spent a lot of the money that McKinley made. But it was the richest we ever were in the 1800s, early 1900s. And then in 1913, we went to the income tax system. And to be honest, we did fine, but we were never like we were. They formed the Tariff Commission of 1887, and it was a commission of people like you, blue bloods. Are you blue bloods? A couple of them, about 3 of them over here, but blue bloods. But it was a commission, and it was set up for the sole purpose of, we have so much money. This is in the United States. We had no debt. We had no nothing. We had massive amounts of money. The commission was set up to determine where we should spend our money. Where do we spend it? Got so much. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be nice? Now look at what they're doing, but this is money we have to borrow where they're doing it. But we're going to find out that this money went to people and it got kicked back. You're going to find out a lot of that, but we'll catch it all. We've launched the largest deregulation campaign in our country's history. For every one new regulation, I've directed that 10 old regulations must be eliminated. And I will say, in my first term, we did more deregulation than any president in history by far, not even close. With Republicans in Congress, we're also racing to pass the largest tax cuts in American history. We're looking to we brought it down from 41%, much higher if you add the state things, but 41% to 21%, which people said was impossible. And now I'm trying to bring it down to 15%, so it'll go from 21 to 15, but only if you make your product in the United States of America. Otherwise, you pay 21%. That'd be great. To protect American auto workers, who, by the way, they're going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of what we're doing with tariffs, because they just stopped 2 big auto plants in the middle of construction from being built in Mexico, because they see, when I got elected, they said, oh, this is going to be a problem for us, because we have big tariffs going on, and we have tariffs going on autos, and they don't have to pay any tariffs. There is no tariff. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States. They were building plants in Mexico right opposite the border. They're making them in Mexico. They're selling them into the United States with virtually no tax, and they're killing Detroit, all these places are being killed. Now it's the exact opposite. And by the way, Canada was a big participant in that too, and I think Canada, you know, they're going to have to pay tariffs on automobiles, lumber, and oil and gas, et cetera, and they get 95% of their product from the United States. I think they have to become the 51st state. And you heard the people booing the national anthem, but I think ultimately they'll be praising the national anthem. We'll have to work out some deal with it, because I do like the "O Canada," right? It's a beautiful thing. I think we're going to have to keep it for the 51st state. I call him Governor Trudeau. I said, Governor Trudeau's doing a wonderful job. I think it's actually cost him his election, if you want to know the truth. But we're gonna see about that. We're looking at Greenland, and we have to take back the Panama Canal, because that wasn't the deal. We gave the Panama Canal to Panama. It was the most expensive thing ever built in our country. It'd be the equivalent of $2 trillion today. We spend massive amounts. We lost 38,000 lives from the mosquito and snakes. A lot of bad snake bites, but mostly the mosquitoes, malaria. They killed 38,000 of our people. They paid laborers 5 times what they were getting in the United States to go, knowing that there was a good chance they were going to die. 20% of them died. And Jimmy Carter, may he rest in peace, the late, great Jimmy Carter, gave it away for $1. It's also the most profitable thing ever built. You know, it's what you hear about casinos and you hear about all this stuff, they're peanuts compared to this. It's the most profitable thing ever built. There's never been anything. I mean, you have ships lined up. And by the way, when they gave it away like a bunch of dummies for $1. The day after they took over, they raised the price per ship by 4 times. That wasn't high enough. There was no problem. They raised it again twice. And they're getting almost $1 million a ship. And their product is water. It's Pacific and Atlantic where they meet, and one is about 18 feet higher than the other, which a lot of people don't know. Actually, it's one of the great marvels of the world. Well, we built it, and we're not going to let, because China has essentially taken it over. We're not going to let that happen. China knows it, and so does Panama. To protect American workers and bring billions of dollars into our treasury, we're in the process of imposing reciprocal tariffs on any nation that tries to cheat us or steal our jobs. So India, as an example, has very, very high tariffs. And I was going to impose a flat tariff, but that wouldn't really do the trick because some of the countries have really high tariffs. So it really works out much better. Nobody can even fight it. Whatever they charge us, we charge them. So if they're at 25%, we are 25. If they're at 75, we're at 7. Whatever they charge us. And it was very interesting. The European Union, you know, we were at 2.5% for cars. European Union was much higher. They just reduced their tariffs on cars to 2.5 to be reciprocal with ours. So that's just an early sign. But I think that's going to happen. And then some will want to fight us a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They're reciprocal. And even the press says, oh, I see. Well, they don't fight us. You know, if I put a flat tariff on like 25, 30%, even if it was lower than we would have gotten, if we put a flat tariff on, the press would have gone crazy. Well, that's terrible. Even if somebody was paying like 5 times more, charging us 5 times more. When you say reciprocal, I said it the other day to the failing New York Times. I said, listen, whatever they charge us, we charge them. They go, well, that sounds fair. It really does, doesn't it? So it's a reciprocal tariff, whatever they charge us. I've ended Joe Biden's weaponization of our government and removed his handpicked radical left Marxist prosecutors from the Department of Justice. We have a great Attorney General, Pam. I immediately halted all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. I signed an executive order to end all of the lawless diversity, equity, and inclusion policies across the entire federal government and private sector. Do you see how much it costs? One company said they're going out of that business and they're going to write off $229 million. How do you spend that much money to convince people that they should have transgender operations and various and sundry other things that we don't like to talk about? It's crazy the amount of money it was almost like just a mind blower what they were doing. It was terrible and all over. And by the way, our military is now free of that. Anybody that even tries it, they're gone. I signed really historic orders to get critical race theory and transgender ideology out of the schools and out of our military. It's all going out. It's no longer. And I heard men are still playing in Maine. Is anybody here from Maine? Who is that? Is that the governor? That's, well, I hate to tell you this, but we're not going to give many federal money. They are still saying we want men to play in women's sports, and I cannot believe that they're doing that. They are, let's find out who that guy is that raised his hand. Maybe he's just kidding. But, so we're not going to give him any federal funding, none whatsoever, until they clean that up. And the other one, we have a fight with one news organization, AP, a radical left organization, treats us all very badly. And they refuse to acknowledge that the Gulf, former of Mexico, is now called the Gulf of America. So we just hold them, we're holding them out of any news conferences. Now I'm sure they'll get sued and maybe they'll win, doesn't matter. It's just something that we feel strongly about. No, I said we changed Mount McKinley. Nobody's fighting that. You're allowed to do it. Well, we're allowed to do. And most of the shoreline is, 85% of it is on our soil. But I thought it would be appropriate. I never understood quite the Gulf of Mexico when it really covers us far more. And I think Doug is a big believer in what we did, the Gulf of America. So we're having a little dispute, but only one. But Google Maps has already changed. Almost everybody's already changed. It's called the Gulf of America. And earlier this month, I signed an order banning men from women's sports. And that's why when somebody wants to do that, and even the NCAA has already complied, and they have sent us a letter. They have fully complied with that. I also proudly banned the use of puberty blockers, hormone injections, you believe this? And other chemical and surgical mutilations of all minor youth. Do you believe you have to say that? I mean, it's terrible. Who would believe that we're talking about even these things? Men playing in 10 years ago, 15 years ago, can you imagine? People would say, is he crazy talking about this? And they're still fighting us, but let them fight. As I said, we're going to make universal school choice a very big, strong thing, school choice. And we're working very, very hard to send these schools and education back to the states where they can be properly run. In other words, this really affects the people in this room, but you're going to be running your schools, and who can do worse? Look, they rate them in the top 40. So we just came out with one that we were number 40, but we were number 1 in cost per pupil. And I mean, I know a lot of the governors in this room. You run a great state, and you'll do great with education at a much lower price. We're going to give you whatever you need, but at a much lower price. We have people in Washington, D.C. that, in all fairness, in many cases, don't give a damn about your pupils or your students or your states. And they're running everything, and they're running it into the ground. So it came out, we're last in education, but first in cost per pupil. Norway, Denmark, Sweden, I had to tell you, China, and a few others are always in the top 5. And I really believe that 35 or 36 states, and all of you are here, almost all of you are here representing those states. I think you're going to have education that's every bit as good as Norway and Denmark and Sweden and all of them. And then we'll have some laggards, and you know who the laggards are going to be. You just have to look at everything else. But in everything we do, we're putting America first, because the Republican Party is now known as the party of common sense. It's the party of common sense, very important. I think it's a very important phrase for you to use. It's all about common sense. We're conservative, and, we're a lot of things, but most important thing is we have to use common sense. Thanks in part to the hard work of the people in this room, we're forging a new political majority that is shattering and replacing Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal coalition, which dominated American politics for nearly 100 years. Under our leadership, the Republican Party has become the proud voice of hardworking citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We are a much bigger, much more powerful party. Now is the time for us all to press forward, think big, be bold, and deliver the once-in-a-lifetime reforms our citizens need and really deserve. They've gone through hell for 4 years. Some of them don't even know it. They've just been led down a path. They don't even know what they've gone through. As one team, we can make our borders stronger, our communities safer, our schools better, our families happier, our citizens wealthier, and our country freer, 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 and more exceptional than ever before. We will work together, and we will absolutely, without question, make America great again. God bless you all, and do a great job, and go home and watch the hockey game. It should be interesting. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so President Trump did about a 45-minute speech. Much of that speech you've heard before. So what you have to take from that speech, you don't have to, but I would recommend that you take from this speech. He's talking to the Republican Governors Association. That's who was at the speech just now. He's doing the dance. Let me see if I can put that up so you guys can watch him. No, he's walking off stage. He's gone. All right. So that speech was made in front of the Republican Governors Association. that speech was not directed at the Republican Governors Association. That speech was directed at you, at me, anyone who hasn't at this point seen anything in the news. let me tell you what I mean by that. We all know, those of you who watch my videos and watch some other people's videos, nothing did you hear tonight was groundbreaking. You've already heard it. But the thing is, he knows at this point that the media is not covering it. So it seems to me, after a nighttime speech last night and a nighttime speech tonight, what he is doing is using the power of the pulpit, understanding that many news outlets, even though the CNNs, MSNBCs of the world, the Foxes may not cover it, it's getting disseminated. The word is getting out. There will be cuts, there will be clips, and people will clip it and share it. People like me on podcasts and other podcasts will talk about it tomorrow and get the word out. And so in essence, what I'm telling you is he's bypassing the media and getting this stuff out there. And he understands that the people in the audience, he's letting them know in no uncertain terms, you guys need to know this. And it was funny because a couple of people in the audience were laughing as he was reading some of the stuff. It's almost as if they were hearing it for the first time. And then he started talking about some stuff that's way up here business-wise. You know, you're talking to a room full of politicians, and these politicians, some may be in business, some may not be in business. And he's laying out everything with the tariffs and how, you know, the different accords and what they're going to do. And I know it's spinning some of their heads, and that's what it's designed to do. Hey, listen, this is not business as usual. I am kicking butt, taking names, and if you want to get aboard this power pack train that I've got together, you might want to latch on now. Next week might be too late. We're pulling out of the station. You want to win in 2 years? You better jump on. Speaking of which, very interesting tonight, something he did. Now understand, in that audience is probably the Republican governor, Ron DeSantis, right? Well, there was news down here in Florida. I don't know if you heard it wherever you are. There was news that said that obviously Ron DeSantis at this point is term limited. He's already been the governor for a couple terms. He can't go any further. All right, so what's going to happen? Well, they said that Casey DeSantis, Ron DeSantis' wife, she had designs on possibly running. She's been floating her name out there as a replacement for her husband. You know, I've been here for 8 years. I've been Ron's husband. I've gone through breast cancer. I'm a woman. I'm Hispanic. All the things you would think would work in Florida. Trump, tonight, 2 hours before this event, trumped her. Breaking. President Trump endorses Byron Donalds for Florida governor. You know, the racist guy that's president endorsed the black man. Just to let you know. We can just call it. I am hearing that, let me move this up. I am hearing that highly respected Congressman Byron Donalds is considering running for governor of Florida, a state that I love, and I won big in 2016, 20, and 24. I know Byron very well, which is maybe why he didn't get a spot in the administration. We have seen him tested at the highest and most difficult level, and he's a total winner. Byron has a great wife, Erica, 3 beautiful sons. They are proud of him. As governor, Byron would have a big voice and would work closely with me. Very key. Yeah, he's in the fam. We got him. He'll work closely with me. To advance our America First agenda. He will fight tirelessly to secure our border, stop migrant crime, strengthen our military, protect our vets, restore our economic power, advance American energy dominance in big letters, capitals, and defend our always under siege Second Amendment. Byron Donalds would be truly great and powerful governor for Florida, and should he decide to run, will have my complete and total endorsement. And then in capitalized letters, run. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I didn't scroll down. Run, Byron, run. He just clipped Casey DeSantis. She's done. None of the money is going to go to her. He's going to go ahead and get behind Byron Donalds. Whatever she thought she was going to do, whatever Ron DeSantis was going to try and get her propped up as the governor, it's over. I know there's a long time between now and the time the governor's race of Florida actually starts in earnest, but he just clipped her. You're done. Byron's the person I want. He is who I want to work with. So that's going to reverberate all around the state of Florida, that Byron Donalds most likely will be the next governor of Florida with that kind of endorsement. So by making that known before this, he's getting that out there. Talking about getting info out, again, reading through the litany of things that have been exposed by Doge and continue to be exposed by Doge, and he said it again tonight. There's more stuff coming, meaning I know what's coming. You guys are going to see it, letting that get out there. Then, in addition to that, he talked about Fort Knox again. This man is not stupid. He's not going to make himself to be looked at as stupid. He knows what's going on already. I don't know how or who has peeked into Fort Knox, but he knows exactly what's in there. And he would not be building up the Al Capone story like Geraldo if he already didn't know the gold or some certain big portion of it is missing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a story. You have to understand, there is no way that Donald Trump would be talking about something that's of no consequence. He is not going to be Al Capone and open that door and go, oh, it's full. I was wrong. There's everything here. I look stupid, don't I? You have to realize at this point, this man knows that a good portion of that gold is already gone. And he's building it up. And he's building it up to a crescendo so that when it happens, they can fling the doors open and go, you were robbed here too. Wow, how much more can you American people take? They're stealing your money. And then he went on into, Social Security, the dead people, the 360-year-old person. He's laying those breadcrumbs. All you have to do is be Hansel or Gretel, depending on what sex you want to take, and follow these breadcrumbs home. The media won't take it. They're ignoring it. They don't even want to see the breadcrumbs. He's telling you. He's telling me. Here's another one. Here's another one. Oh, just keep following these. Come on. I'm leading you there. And where's he leading us to? Well, he said it again. No taxes. And that, I think, was the message to the people in the audience. So I think I could be completely off base. Barry, you're crazy. No, I just listened how he talked and what the story was and how he does his weave and what he's saying, and I'm listening to who's the audience in front of him. The audience in front of him being governors around the country. Meaning, these are the people who are going to have to figure out, like DeSantis has had the opportunity here as governor, to make your state work without income tax. That's what I think is the message. And that's going to make Byron Donald even more important. Because Ron DeSantis has been, at the helm. He can talk to these people right now. Hey, how the hell are you doing that in Florida with no income tax? Here's how we do it. Here's where we get money. How it works. Well, you're going to raise sales tax? Our sales tax here is only 6%. Sometimes it can go 7% depending on what you buy something. So, in that regard, it's coming. What else is coming? Well, Pam Bondi, I think she talked to Benny Johnson tonight. Again, these people are not stupid. They're not just willy-nilly talking into microphones, hoping that they have a nice soundbite that'll be played over and over on X. They know what they're doing. They're letting people know, scram, get out of Dodge, do whatever you need to do, because she dropped this tonight. Breaking, AG Pam Bondi confirms that Trump's campaign promised to release those two guys' list, which you still can't even say here without risking, them getting ticked off. But they're gonna. She confirmed they're gonna release the lists. So I want you to just imagine, if you will, you're a crusty, thieving, corrupt Democrat without a pardon. And now we know, or at least they're tracing some of this money. He's letting people know in advance. Yep, we know where it went. We know where you've been and where you've partied with some of this money. Remember earlier, was it last night? Yeah. I got some really horrible stuff to tell you. It's really embarrassing. I remind you from what I said earlier today. Those two words put together, horrible and embarrassing, don't have anything to do with people stealing money. You're a scumbag, you're a thief, you're corrupt, but that's not horrible. You're a scumbag, you're a thief, you're corrupt, but that's not really embarrassing to these people. Being on these lists, that's horrible and embarrassing. Just imagine that. And he said it. Yeah, this is horrible and embarrassing, but you'll see soon. So now when you start putting all this together, you've stolen money, you've done X, Y, and Z, and now you're on some list. What time's the plane leave? Because now that Kash Patel, which I am calling the Arkan stone, now that's the stone that completes everything. All the fireworks just went off. They put that stone in place. I venture to say it's Thursday. You're going to see a lot of traffic over the next couple days out of Washington airports. It's about to get a lot of fun. If they're going to release these lists, these people will not be able to walk down the street, even in Washington. Did you notice something else he said yesterday that many people probably didn't pay attention to? He mentioned yesterday in that speech that he wants the federal government to take over management and governance of Washington, D.C. You need congressional approval to do that, but can you see where that's going? If Congress and President Trump now have control over Washington, D.C. So again, just listen to the man talk, watch what he puts out there, put the breadcrumbs together, and you start seeing where things are going. Pretty clear to me. So if you're a Democrat, you're in trouble. Senator Mike Lee posted this tonight. The UN makes USAID look mild by comparison. Time for the U.S. to leave the UN and kick them the heck out of New York City. So, if the UN makes USAID look mild by comparison, what kind of stuff has been happening there? What kind of money is flying in? Our money is going to the UN and has been for years, decades. And now they're looking. People actually have eyes and they're digging into this. He posted this, or Fox posted this earlier. No sane country would stand for this. Lawmakers launch effort to withdraw United States from the United Nations. I don't know what he meant when he said that. No sane country would stand for this. So again, now you put all this together like you're building a big giant cake. And you're seeing the recipe being put there in front of you. And all the things you see, including what's going on with Zelensky and calling the guy a dictator, you can see it's almost as if President Trump is playing a game of world domination. At least he's talking about American domination, and the rest of the world right now. I mean, we're not talking Russia, we're not talking China, but all of Europe is now at his feet. He has the money, he has the power, he's got the information on what you've done and how you've done it, and now these people in England, they don't know what to do. He's in a dangerous position at this point. I mean, one of these things could make somebody say, "Nah, we don't want this guy around." Now you know why it had to happen. Okay, let me continue, because there's more. Pete Hegseth, and I don't know what precipitated this. What could have happened? But CNN has been evicted from the Pentagon. Pete Hegseth told CNN, pick up your stuff and get out. Unplug everything, move your desks, cut your wires, do whatever you need to do, get out. Wow. Wow. Okay, so you see all this coming together? You see this big, huge umbrella? To me, it's absolutely crazy what we are seeing happening. And it's 1 month in. Today's the 1 month anniversary. And then when you I'm hitting refresh and it just doesn't stop. At this speech tonight, he told Maine, you're not getting any money. I cannot play for you because it's copyrighted, but you can look on X and you can see tonight's Canada versus United States game is being played in the United States. It's being played in Boston. And as they were announcing the Canadian players, they got absolutely roasted. But this Fort Knox thing is going to be quite incredible, quite crazy. And I want to play for you now why I believe Trump was late this afternoon. Let's see, which video is this? Let me see if I can bring it up here. 1 second. Hold on. Let me get it queued up. And it's this one. Okay. Yes. Okay. Do I have my ears? Where's my ears? Here's my ears. Ready? This is Trump talking to the USA hockey team right before the game.
Well, I'll talk to the guys if they're around.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to walk into the locker room right now, and you can speak to the guys firsthand. Mr. President, can you hear me?
I can. You guys are really talented. I have great respect for hockey players. I'm a hockey fan. I love hockey. The talent, the skill that you have is crazy. And just go out and have a good time tonight. And I just want to wish you a lot of luck. You really are a skilled group of people. It's an honor to talk to you and get out there, and there's no pressure whatsoever.
I can tell you honestly, every person in here, players, staff, management, coaches, we are all proud Americans, and we want to represent our country the best way we can and do our best to bring in a win tonight. Thank you again on behalf of everybody.
You just go out and have a good time. You're going to win, and we love America. We love you guys. We'll be watching tonight. Bring it home.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. My bad. I keep hitting the button. Thanks, SV. All right, so anyway, you're seeing it's breaking. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has identified roughly 55,000 Department of Defense employees that could be fired per CNN. The mass firings may begin tomorrow and continue in the next few days. I am seriously shocked. This is George saying, he's tongue-in-cheek. 55,000 people. 55,000 people are about to be dumped. In addition, they dumped a whole bunch of people from the IRS today. They're done. 55,000 people on a Friday. That is the red wedding. I mean, that is absolutely the red wedding. It is crazy. Crazy what's going on right now. So, in that regard, let me let you hear what Pete Hegseth said today. As I don't know if it was an interview or he just taped a video, but take a listen to this.
Third and final bogus story that is out there is around our reevaluation of our probationary workforce. Now, this is part of something that was mandated by an executive order from the president. Remember, President Trump was elected. He has the prerogative to advance executive orders. Our job is to follow them, and we're doing that. This reevaluation of probationary employees is being done across government, not just at the Defense Department, but we believe in the goals of the program, and our leaders are carrying out that review carefully and swiftly. Now, bottom line, it is simply not in the public interest to retain individuals whose contributions are not mission critical, and to restore accountability within the federal workforce. Taxpayers deserve to have us take a really thorough look at our workforce top to bottom, and it will be top to bottom, to see where we can find and eliminate redundancies. Now, common sense would tell us where we should start, right? We start with poor performers amongst our probationary employees, because that is common sense and you want the best and brightest. So when you look at headcount, we're going to be thoughtful, but we're also going to be aggressive up and down the chain to find the places where we can ensure the best and brightest are promoted based on merit. And then we're going to go out, we're going to put out a hiring freeze and take more time to identify on a performance-based standard where we're going to hire and reward hard-working employees who are central to the core warfighting mission. So we're going to take a little bit more time, make sure top to bottom we're doing a review. Those who we need, who are the best and brightest, are going to stay. Those who are underperformers won't. We'll continue to shoot straight with you. We've got your back. We're motivated to rebuild the most capable military in the world. That's why I'm here. That's what the president has asked me to do. But doing so does require tough decisions, and we are prepared to make them. But in the process, we want to communicate with you directly rather than through the filter of media outlets. And it's not just going to be me. You're going to see Sean Parnell and Graham Allen and others here in the department aggressively ensuring you get the real info in real time, helping you understand what's really going on at the department. So our warfighters and taxpayers deserve, of course, no less than that. And we'll keep reporting back to you from time to time what we're seeing, and we appreciate your support. We're not going to get everything perfect, but we're going to do it earnestly. And we're going to do it on behalf of President Trump's leadership in making our military once again the most lethal, badass fighting force on the planet to keep our country safe. God bless you, and we're going to keep fighting.
I don't know how the Democrats are going to fight all of this happening simultaneously. If their money has been cut off and they're not able to funnel money to some of these 501c3s, I don't know how they're going to fight all of this. They're running to every single court they can possibly find. They're trying to do everything they can to, stop it, slow it down, make sure it's not. President Trump isn't able to move as fast, but it's not working. Recently, I want to show you this one. This was at 4:00 p.m. today. Breaking, federal judge has ruled that Trump can continue the mass firing of federal workers. The lawfare has reached a point where it's no longer working. All the money that they've spent, they realize at this point that legislatively they can't do anything. The Congress, the Democrats in Congress, both that in the Senate and the House, have been rendered moot. Nobody cares what you have to say. All of his cabinet members got in. They wouldn't even have been close if it weren't for Murkowski, Collins, and then occasionally Mitch McConnell. We all thought they were going to have to use recess appointments. His power right now, Donald Trump's power, is nothing like I've ever seen, probably nothing like you've ever seen. They can't match him. And with now the federal courts and appellate courts saying, no, he can do it. There's only a couple more cases that they're going to go to the appellate court and then one to the Supreme Court. And if those cases go his way, there is no Democrat Party. If he can continue moving in this fashion, there's really nothing that they can do. Here's a second video by Pete.
Now, beginning right away, we are pulling around 8% or $50 billion from the Biden budget. We're planning, this is planning for this year, that we will move away from woke Biden-era non-lethal programs and instead spend that money on President Trump's America First, peace through strength priorities for our national budget. First of all, remember, this is all planning. We're asking the services to plan. So it's not a cut. It's refocusing and reinvesting existing funds into building a force that protects you, the American people. We also list on page 2, which I've marked up here in our memo, what is not part of the 8% refocusing of funds. It's stated very clearly here. Southwest border activities, combating transnational criminal organizations, an audit, nuclear modernization, Virginia-class submarines, the Golden Dome or Iron Dome, one-way attack drones, UAVs, cybersecurity, core readiness, training, the defense industrial base, and it goes on. They and other key programs are off the table under this program. They're too important, as are many other things. So this is great news for taxpayers and for our national security. That's a full stop. We'll just put a period on that one.
So what he's saying is that the programs that he read off, which are very, very, very important, they're untouchable. They're not touching border security. They're not touching all those different programs that he just mentioned. They're going after the stupid woke DEI crap. You know, the transformers in military, all that. 55,000 people are about to say, woo-woo, bye-bye, to the Defense Department in one fell swoop. So this week, with what he's done to the Defense Department, and also there was some information earlier while we were on that the IRS, the entire Kansas City office looks like it's being fired, and it's happening nationwide as we speak. They are not wasting any time. They're not giving the Democrats any chance to recover. There is no day that the Democrat Party wakes up and goes, it's okay, we have a day to regroup. Nope, here's some more for you to deal with. And I can attest to that. Because when Ashley and I decide and we start planning what videos we're going to do and I get the morning schedule, I'm like, oh my good, this guy don't sleep. This guy don't rest. They can't keep up with him. I can't keep up with him. It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday, and I've been going, as you know, since 11 o'clock this morning. I got a little break in between to kiss the wife and play with the dogs and take a breath, and it's bam, right back in it. That man's the president. He's 78 years old. If he's on it, I'm on it. We can all be doing our part. Got one more video here from Pete for you.
First is Doge. They're here and we're welcoming them. In fact, right over there, about 20 minutes ago, I just met with them. And we're going to be incorporating into what we're doing at DOD, everything they're doing to find fraud, waste, and abuse in the largest discretionary budget in the federal government. They're going to have broad access. Obviously, with all the safeguards on classification, they know that. Many of them are vets. They care just like we do. To find the redundancies and identify the last vestiges of Biden priorities, the DEI, the woke, the climate change BS, that's not core to our mission, and we're going to get rid of it all. With Doge, we're focusing as much as we can on headquarters and fat and redundancies and top-line stuff that allows us to reinvest elsewhere. We welcome DOGE, and finding those efficiencies is how we save taxpayer dollars. That is a good thing that, of course, is being distorted through the media, their hyperventilation, and it just goes entirely unreported for the most part.
Can't keep up. This is incredible for us as Americans. We're seeing the refocus of our entire budgetary disbursements. He's finding the fat, he's finding the waste, he's finding the fraud, he's finding the people who are responsible for that. He's trimming the budget in certain departments that have been bloated for decades. And all you have right now is the media and the Democrats just running in circles. It just makes you think. I mean, actually, you have to think of this for a second. They never saw this coming. Even though you and me, we watched campaign speech after campaign speech. You heard it yourself. And he kept saying, I am going to obliterate the deep state. What were they thinking? Did they think he was joking? They're coming after you, but I'm in their way. And you saw that, and they couldn't take him out. Not for lack of trying. And now you've got a guy who is their worst nightmare. Not only does he have the power of his presidency, he's got the power of the American people, and it keeps growing, and there's nothing they can do about it. If they lose these Supreme Court battles, which is likely they will, they might as well fold the tent. There's nothing to do. I mean, there's nothing do you realize that? At this point, they have been rendered useless. You don't have to talk to them. I got 53 senators. I have the majority in the House. And if I get this stuff with the Supreme Court, I am going to do whatever I flippin', don't get mad at me, want to. You know, I'm not going to commit any crimes, but executive order, executive order, executive order, and I'm going to gut the heck out of everything that Biden did. Quickly. Again, I sat with Robin outside, and I went, it's only been 30 days. It feels like this guy's been president for another year. I mean, we're all sitting back going, wow, wow, wow. And he's just getting warmed up. And now he's talking about doing away with taxes and naming cartels and other gangs terrorists so I can blow them to smithereens and not even feel bad about it. How do you think they're feeling right now? Oh, no. Because they probably didn't know. They're probably thinking, what's that mean? What's it mean that he just declared us terrorists? It means they can wipe you off the face of the earth without even blinking. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. I don't got any rights? No, you have no rights. You are a terrorist. You can be made missed whenever they decide to. If they find out there's a bunch of you hanging around here, guess what? You're done. Should I leave? Yeah, might be the good idea. Start stepping. And he just told Maine, oh, you guys want to, you want to try me? You want to try me? Guess what? Not a dime. You're done. If you haven't been watching everything that's been happening, you're seeing capitulation after capitulation after capitulation. He mentioned the NCAA. Well, the NCAA tried to play cutesy. We're gonna make it sure that you can still do your Transformer stuff, but oh, we can't? No. All right, we're not gonna do it. There was something that happened today that made me just. I even said to Robin, what? Why was the CEO of Pfizer at the Black History Month event today? Yeah, the CEO of Pfizer, and he recognized him. Hey, there's Joe the drug guy. He's standing right over there. And they went, boo! Why was he there? Why was the CEO of Pfizer hanging out at a Black History Month? There is so much happening, and we don't even know. One last thing I want to show you. Byron Donalds has responded. Byron Donalds just put this up. President Trump is making America great again. I've committed to working with him to keep Florida great. Announcement coming soon. Oh no, that wasn't coordinated, was it? Not at all. It wasn't. Hey, Byron, I'm going to endorse you. I'm going to ask you to run in my True Social post. Go ahead and run. And oh yeah, okay. So announcement coming soon. Yeah, it's over. He's got so much cachet. It's so much chutzpah at this point. He's just picking people. You're going to be the governor of Florida. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I will do everything the best way I can. I will work closely with you, sir. Yes. Next. Oh, there's a next. He's already got Mitch McConnell's replacement picked. Cameron, I forget what Cameron, but Cameron used to be like the AG or something, and he's already picked him as a black man who's going to be Mitch McConnell's replacement. Let me see if I can find that so I can show. That's how fast he's moving. Let me see. Hold on. If I can bring that up and show that to you. Yep, here it is. Mitch McConnell, his body's not even cold yet. Well, it's probably partly cold. And it's like, breaking. Daniel Cameron runs for U.S. Senate in Kentucky after Mitch McConnell announces his retirement. Cameron is a former Attorney General of Kentucky. He was a Trump 2024 surrogate. He also supports Kash Patel's nomination for FBI. I'm going to tell you this one more time. Maybe it'll start sinking into some people. There are no coincidences. I said it for a year. There's nothing that's coincidental. All of a sudden, this guy's going to be Mitch McConnell's replacement. Ordained. This is destiny. He knew Mitch was going in, and he had. I don't think this was taken today, but he knew who he wanted to replace him. It's already done. A fait accompli is the term I keep using. It's already done. And so, he picks him. You're going to be the next senator from Kentucky. Get rid of this guy. They can't stop him. They cannot stop him. All right, so I've talked a lot. Let me hear what you guys have to say. What an amazing man Donald Trump is. I am so proud of America. So brave. Yeah, he's one step. I don't even think it's one step. I think he's a couple steps ahead. Somebody, hey, Trump's a racist, right? Yeah, exactly. McConnell needs to retire now. He should just say, I'm done. How is he a racist? Yeah, exactly. Byron Donalds and Cameron are both black. Oh, yeah. And then he went today to the Black History Month, and he was shaking hands. And well, I can tell you why. Let me just tell you. People are going to say Tiger Woods really isn't black. And then, you saw that one troll in here. It's like, Barry, they ain't doing nothing for you. You just playing the game. Yeah, I know. That's what you guys think. Do me a favor. Go to Kamala's rally and listen to the cackling idiot. Meanwhile, you can stand on the sidelines while the parade goes by. I don't care. I think Andy, what's that? Carrie Lake won. We know that exactly. She's going to run back in her home state. She is in this administration. Trump is a day ahead for sure. They already said there's going to be a place for all Americans. Yep. 10 exits ahead, Kirby says. Exactly. And what I just try to do is just show you all this information and in a linear fashion so you can see it's not unrelated. As he was talking in tonight's speech, I was just sitting here jotting down the notes as he talked. And I just wonder, as a reporter, if you took the notes from tonight's talk, and if you had the notes from, last night's talk, and then you compare them, oh, he's saying the same thing, isn't he? Yeah, he's just hammering this home, isn't he? Yep. He's making sure everybody is clear who needs to know and who should know what's about to happen. So while you got this side happening where they're chopping it, you got Elon with the buzzsaw, not buzzsaw, what do you call it, chainsaw, yeah. Remember the band Jackal? I'm a lumberjack now, baby. And that's exactly what Elon Musk is. He's having a great time just being a lumberjack and chopping this stuff to shreds. That would be a dream job, just to go in. What do you do here? Okay, pack your stuff, get out. And be like, it's so cold. These people, they had jobs yesterday. They have no jobs. I saw a video today. 14,000 people. When Biden turned off and said he's not going to do the Keystone pipeline, all those people, most of them white, all lost their job like that. There was nobody in the media crying for them. They weren't making TikTok videos. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I'm 28 and I'm done. Nope. These are people, hardworking Americans, who just found out overnight that they all lost their job because he turned off the pipeline. Nobody cared what happened to those people. Just like with the hurricane in Appalachia. Nobody cared. Disposable people. And now we're supposed to feel sorry for some woman making a TikTok video because she was doing some work from home job that it was her dream job. I'm sorry. I pay you. You're stealing from me. If you're working from home and you're not really working and it's a fantastic no-show job, you're stealing from me. At least I know the people working on the pipeline were having to do something. So, excuse me, and you can save the tears. I don't really care. This is business. Grow up. In fact, when I'm seeing these videos and I'm watching them put it on TikTok and cry in front of the camera, you're telling me, and your future employer as well, just to make sure you understand, you are telling everybody and your future employer that you're a moron. You might want to go ahead and delete these videos. All these people with the nose ring and blue hair screaming into cameras. Ah! I'm just going to take your application, put it over here, okay? I'll call you back. We'll call you. Don't worry about it. We'll call you. Think you're getting hired anywhere? You think anybody is going to take one of you screaming banshees and all the stuff that you're saying, and you think you're going to get hired somewhere? These people don't realize. Trump's been in office for 1 month. In about 90 days, nobody's going to take your phone calls. Nobody's going to want you working behind their counter. Nobody. The world is about to change. We're going back to normalcy. If you're not on the normalcy train, you're on that other train going to who knows where. And we don't care. You've been living cosplay. You've been living Halloween. It's been fun. It's been nice. But now, guess what? Shave, take out the nose ring, paint your hair the way it's supposed to be, and go to the right bathroom. Because otherwise, I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe you can take some of the, newcomers' jobs because they're not here anymore. But other than that, digging in a field somewhere, that's about all you're going to get. That sound harsh? Nope, you didn't care about the pipeline people. Yeah, no hire for you. And how are you going to sue me? You walk in, I'm like, hi, how you doing? Yeah, great. Hey, I'm sorry, not Donna, Donald. Can you fill out this application? Oh, this application says he or she. Just fill it out to the best of your ability, because as soon as you're done, I'm burning it. I'm sorry, did I say that in my outside voice? Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. McDonald's won't even hire him. I walk into a restaurant, I'm telling you right now, I walk into a restaurant and that comes to wait on me, I'm leaving. I'm just getting up and going. Nope, no thank you, sorry. This is a different America at this point. CNN, get them all out. Exactly. God bless Megan. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit harsh. I'm just so revved up, and I want you to be so revved up. And my idea is to, it's 9:10 p.m. We're going to get out of here, but I want you to feel pumped. If the last thing you hear from me tonight is, hey man, we are doing so well. every single thing we see, even if it's a bad court, we got another court to go to. We're just moving forward. You know why? Because this is why.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
Yeah, that's where we are. Lady Laura is asking, when is the swearing in ceremony for Cash? I don't know. I don't know. I did see that President Trump has signed a commission. Usually he signs a commission and then hands that big placard that he signs. He signed that already. But Kash Patel wasn't in the picture. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow morning, possibly. But usually when he signs that, he hands it to the person. Yeah, exactly. Trump signed Kash Patel's certificate already. So I'm not really sure. Let me see if there's any information posted about it. But I haven't seen anybody say a time when it would be happening. All I see is that no, don't see it anywhere in terms of it being posted yet. So it's probably going to be tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to want to get him to work as soon as possible. But President Trump did already sign a certificate, that basically names him the FBI director. So can't really answer when. We need to be harsh with them. They would have cheered if Kamala won and we're losing our jobs. You know that. I probably wouldn't be here. Benny probably wouldn't be there. Dan might be because he's on Rumble only. Elon, they'd have him in his crosshairs. They'd be doing everything possible to shut him down. Everything that they had planned was not good for America. Barry, Trump has the A-team and loves it when a plan comes together. Absolutely. I will never get tired of us winning. I get tired of waiting for more wins because he just keeps going. Probably tonight or in the morning. Yeah, we may see a video, and if it's there, I will record it. Barry, you are saying everything I have said. I don't care about any of the people. Now I gotta take a step back. I care about the person. I don't want to see harm come to anybody. However, I don't care about you having lost your job. And Barry, well, how could you care about the person if they lost their job? Because there's a whole lot of jobs out there. You need to make yourself marketable, whatever it is you do. Maybe you're great at painting green hair. Go find a hairstylist that needs someone who can paint green hair. You like all the piercings and tattoos? Go to a tattoo shop and learn how to do tattoos. Learn how to put, things in people's noses and stuff. I don't care. That part, that's on you. You chose to look like a cartoon character. You chose to do all the things that you do. Well, maybe you can make a living on it. You're good at making TikTok videos and screaming. Maybe TikTok, you get monetized and you can make some money off of that. That's the part. I don't care. That's it. Excuse me. But Barry, we all took so much for them. You have the right. Yeah, we took so much for them. I'm getting addicted to Trump's wins. Me too. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Grok says Gilligan was on the island. Oh gosh, God is with Trump. Please, I hope so. All right, so let me go ahead and give away a couple hoodies. And while I'm doing that, I will play. No, I'll wait. Let me just see something here. What am I supposed to do? Do I have any? I think I did all my my sponsor things earlier. Oh, wait a minute. I do have. Oh, I got this one. I'm sorry. All right. Let me go ahead and read this. If it turns on, which I'm waiting for it to turn on. Okay. Patriot Addict, which you guys have seemed to like, and I'm really liking his company as well. I just got a box sent in of a bunch of their stuff, which I'm going to go through. Patriot Addict is giving away Trump gold bars absolutely free. No hidden fees, no subscriptions, just cover the shipping. If you support Trump, this should be a no-brainer. Gold bars. Scan the QR code right here to claim your free gold bars. Each bar, now listen to this, each bar is 24 karat gold plated, a collector's must have, and a symbol of America first. Whether you keep it, gift it, or add it to your collection, this is something every patriot should own. But don't wait, they are moving fast, just like with everything that Patriot Addict is putting out there, and when they're gone for good. Scan the QR code now and claim your free Trump gold bar while you still can. And I can tell you, I've been seeing a lot of people who have really, really liked everything that Patriot Addict has done. I saw a comment yesterday. Let me just tell you this. Sometimes the trolls try to say things. And I saw a comment and said, it's taken me a month to get my Patriot knives from Patriot Addict. And I knew right there the person was lying. And I was hoping that one of the mods would have bounced that person because I know it's a lie. Barry, how do you know it's a lie? I wasn't working with Patriot Addict a month ago. And sometimes these trolls, when they say stuff and they try to be negative towards a brand or a sponsor partner that I'm working with, they don't do their homework. I wasn't working with Patriot Addict 30 days ago. So you exposed yourself as the idiot that you are. And now, if I see you do it again, if I catch you, I can look in here, I'm going to go, boom, you're gone. You're gone. Don't lie. If you didn't like the service, say you didn't like the service. If you like the product, say you like the product. But don't try to denigrate somebody I'm working with just because you're jealous or you're just that kind of an idiot. Either way, I ain't got time for you. That is all I got to say about that. All right, so let's give away some hoodies. And let me put this over here so we can give away the hoodies. 1 second, lining it up here. Where is it? Okay, yeah, we got it right here. All right, so let's give away some hoodies. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to do a draw. Where's my, I always can't find my drum roll. Here it is. Drum roll, please. Run the drum roll. Anthony, try to say this correctly. Anthony Gastelum. Anthony Gastelum. You have won a free hoodie. Let's go to another one and run the drum roll. The drum roll is running. Teresa Baxter, you have won a free hoodie. Congratulations. And let's do one more. And hold on. Let me make sure I run the drum roll. There's the drum roll. Cynthia Casanova, you have won a free hoodie. Congratulations to all three of you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for being a part of it. We love giving stuff out. I'm going to add something really soon besides the hoodies. This one is more from the food-oriented type thing. I'm going to start giving away gift certificates to Buffalo Wild Wings. So if you have a Buffalo Wild Wings near you, you can, I'm not even going to, you're not going to have to go anywhere. You're not going to have to sign anything up. It's just going to be completely at random. I may say, what color tie was President Trump wearing tonight? Which is probably pretty easy. It's probably either blue or red. But I'll do something like that, and I'll say the first person who knows this, boom, you're going to get a $25 gift certificate to Buffalo Wild Wings. That simple. Just try to gamify and make things as fun as possible and keep you guys engaged and realize that, my objective is to give back. My objective is to make you guys feel comfortable, enjoy the time while you're here. I mean, some of you guys spend 2, 3, 4 hours with me, and I appreciate that so much. All right, so let me go ahead now and what I want to do is recognize the super chats. And let me make sure everything is copacetic here so I can see the super chats and that everybody else can see them. Yes, you can. Righty. Where is it? 1 second. Oh, in the interim, if you'd like to enter to win a hoodie or would like to join our private X group, check this out. Hey, if you'd like to join 15,000 plus fellow patriots on X in our private X/Twitter group, go to fanfareshop.org/group. Just put in that URL in your browser. It'll take you right to our private group on X. Love to see you there. Let's share some content. And if you'd like to win a hoodie, or rather if you'd like to enter to win a hoodie, go to fanfareshop.org, fanfareshop.org, and register to win a Trump hoodie.
Welcome back to Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Okay, let me go ahead and put this screen on so you guys can see this and we can go through this together if you'd like to. I heard earlier that I may have missed some people, so I know there's a guy named Ken Hollis who 2 days ago gave me a super chat, and he's told Ashley and everybody else who will listen that I missed it. I apologize. I am recognizing and thanking you very much right now for your super chat, and I'm sorry I missed it. Let me just tell you what happens. As of right now, this is a slower show, and in this slower show, we've had nearly 12,000 comments. It is very hard to keep up. That's why these things are color-coded, and I come back in here and I can read them at the end here. But it's very hard, and once in a while, things do slip through the cracks. I apologize. In addition to that, Ashley gets a ton of emails. I mean, an absolute ton of emails. You can imagine how many, with everything we're giving away and shipping and sizing and everything else, there's so many emails that come in. So please understand that. That being said, Neo Charm, Trump gave Pfizer the finger without giving him the finger. Absolutely. Jeremiah Kerr, he really ought to thank Mark Robinson at some capacity. Mark Robinson is a dynamic man, and I think he got a bad deal in North Carolina. I think that's who you're talking about. Peter Culley, yeah, the little elf did something to your dad. A lot of people, and this guy got a pardon. He's going to walk. Absolute walk. Unbelievable. Raven Kirkendale, thank you for sharing the Black History Month as a black woman. I think it's important non-Trump supporters see and hear this so they can see his heart. Yep. And it goes against everything the media says. Vance Bridges, will married couple get 2 checks or just one between the two? And by the way, it cracks my wife up every time you say it makes their nipples hurt. I'm gonna tomorrow. I'll go through that Doge proposal on the show because I went through it fast and there's a lot of, I won't say disinformation, but it's just floating around out there. So I'll go through the proposal for everybody tomorrow. By the way, I've got Monica Page on the show tomorrow. She's out at CPAC, but she's going to take some time and come on our show again tomorrow and talk about some things that are happening at the White House and out at CPAC. I got to talk to her. I hope she's okay with talking about what in the heck did Matt Schlapp do and why did he throw those January 6ers out of the event? Were they really Jan 6ers? I saw Laura Loomer was talking about it, some other people. I hope there's a deeper story behind that. Excuse me. Jeremiah says, we took away their payroll for fake crowds. Now they need real insanity showing up. Just another knucklehead. Hey, bro, I ain't seen you in a while. Catching a live show for once. Following, but not always able to get live. Hey, thanks for what you and the team are doing. I am in timeout on X. What'd you do on X that they put you in timeout? Hi, Paige Bennett. Thank you. Chapo. 5,000 is nothing because she's used to stealing millions. He's talking about Jasmine Crockett, who earlier in the show said, yeah, 5,000's nothing. It's no big deal. What you going to do with 5,000? Never would want to be in that situation to say that to somebody. Michelle Skeggs Kemp is revered and respected in Georgia. Not Ossoff or Warlock, Dianette Hill. so Kemp is still looked at as in a positive light. Wow, I didn't know that. Pam Green, thank you, Barry. Thank you. Gasworks, thank you very much. Way to go, Puerto Rico. Penny Quarter, is Governor DeSantis not running for governor next term? All right. Just so you know, Governor DeSantis is termed out. He can't run again. He's already won two in a row. He can't go. His wife was going to, but pretty much Trump just trumped her. And yes, I agree, DeSantis has been a great governor. Regardless of what you think about he and Trump and how they fought for the nomination, I am a Trump supporter, but I am 150% a DeSantis governorship supporter. Jeremiah Kerr, Gasworks, I see another Georgia troll. Put your money where your mouth is. All right, y'all fighting. Be nice to each other. Steve James, Elon should put the blue Uber sign on the ship he sends to get the astronauts. Well, I know he knows Jason. Jason's a founder. I don't know if Jason Kalkanik is still a CEO of Uber or not, but yeah, that would be funny. And put the Uber on the side of a rocket. A total troll move for sure. Greg Barth, Berry, Texas has no state income tax and a surplus of funds. Yeah. I was amazed this morning how many people were stunned by the fact that there are states that do very well with no state income tax. And it's all sales tax related. So tell me why the government couldn't do it. You guys got to educate yourself. Liza Bod, thank you. Keith Lester, Barry, though, thank you for everything you do, and thank you, your Fanfare family. Thank you very much for watching. Just Jules, many in Canada and the world, me, Mr. President, know your plans and actions are to create a better future for all of humanity. Thank you. Where we go one, we go all. And let me just say, Just Jules, may the best team win tonight. As soon as we get done here, I'm heading over to the TV and checking out the game. You guys should check out Team USA versus Team Canada playing right now. Karen, I really appreciate your daily updates. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am Planet Hermit. It takes 22 weeks for a chick to become an egg-producing chicken. Hang on. The egg prices should start to come down. I'm going to give you a little hint. I don't know exactly how this is and how it can be. I haven't had an egg, and I can't tell you, unless I've gone to a restaurant. Whenever I buy eggs, I buy a quart of egg whites. Hear me out. 32-ounce quart of egg whites. For some reason, a 32-ounce quart of egg whites in our store is $5. How many eggs do you have to crack to make a quart of egg whites? I'm just saying. Maybe that might be your alternative if you're thinking eggs are too expensive. Maybe bypass the eggs and buy the carton of egg whites. It's better for you anyway. And because over here it's like $8 for a dozen. And I'm looking over here and it's $5 for a quart of egg whites. Ingredients of eggs. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Just Jules, the smart Canadian knows we can't save ourselves, and Trump actually has Canadians' best interest in mind. Our government needs an Elon type dismantling. Yep, sleeping Canadians need to wake up. Brian Newland, I'm worried about Fort Knox. My biggest question, why weren't audits done every 10 years? If there's no gold, what do we do? This afternoon, if you want to go back to our earlier show, I had Kevin Demerit, who is the founder of Lear Capital. While he was on, he explained everything about everything that you're just asking right now. It was about a 40-minute segment. I'll chop it up because it might be worth just hearing that part because there's so much information. In fact, I will post that as it's a singular video tomorrow morning. Mike Newquist, thanks as always, Barry. I love listening to Trump. Always makes me laugh. Wish my family wasn't afflicted. They'll learn. They have no choice. They'll learn. Roaring Rage. Hey, brother. I greatly appreciate you. Please pick up your mail. Hold on a second. SV told me to make sure go pick up your mail. Where is it? I haven't even opened it yet. Roaring Rage sent me this, and SB was funny. So she sent it to you a month ago. I'm like, oh, I haven't been to the post office box in a month, and I'm like, here it is, right here. You know what? Maybe I should I open it live? Should I just go ahead and tear into this because you told me to open it? So you know what? I don't even know what's in here. She didn't tell me. Roaring Rage didn't tell me what was in here. It could be a snake. It could be anything. Let me see if I can open this live. Hopefully it's not like Al Capone's vault. Hopefully, let's see what's in here. I don't want to embarrass her or anything. Let me just rip this open. Okay. All right. Let me see what's in here. Uh-oh. We got something in here. Oh, this is so cute. She got me two. It looks like it's two doggy sweaters. I think that's what they are. They're beautiful. I don't ever do openings like this, but this has been sitting in my mailbox for a month, and she sent me a beautiful card as well, and it says, "Thank you for all you do for everyone. This is for the babies so they can watch the streams with their own blankets. Hopefully, what's this? Hopefully they like them." Okay. Thank you very, very much. I will have to open them. Let me open one so you guys can see. Roaring Rage, thank you very much. I don't want to say your real name because that wouldn't be cool. Hold on. So cool. Little doggy blankets. That's one. That's pink one. So that's obviously for Lily because Lily is a little girl. And this one will do for Midas. And two little doggy blankets. Very, very nice. Oh, thank you. Oh, wait a second. I didn't notice that. Wait a minute. I got to turn it upside down. Oh, I didn't notice that. It says fanfare. And then it says Midas. Little chihuahua. Oh my God. Robin is going to scream when she sees it. She is absolutely... Oh my goodness. And this one says Lily on it, and it's got a picture of little baby Malteses. You're going to make her cry. Thank you very, very much. We love our doggies like they are babies, so thank you very, very much. Sorry to interrupt the show with that, but thank you very much. I don't know if Robin's watching right now, but she will see this. Thank you. And sorry I waited a month to go pick it up. Christine Angler, thank you very much. That was just awesome. I might not be with my fanfare much this weekend. I have a celebration of life for sister and nephew Sunday, and will be with my other family. Love you all bunches. Thank you and congratulations. Diana Z, thank you, Barry. MAGA rules. Miss Amy, I believe our president got into Hunter's powder. He's got so much energy. Jeremiah, progressives in Georgia, you're not from here. We don't run on your clock. Come on, play nice. Mitch Lyons, I love Byron Donalds. Me too. Ashley, you got to get Byron on the show. Marie, let me try. Marie Viseda, I love the idea of no income tax, but I still have to pay my state tax. Jim Wright, Oklahoma governor, has been talking no state income tax in the last 24 hours. Coincidence? There are no coincidences. Miss Gaz, thank you. Barry, Caleb, Barry, when will Cash be sworn in? If he hasn't already been, which it's likely, or it's possible that he could have already been sworn in, and they just haven't posted a video. If not, probably tomorrow. Penny, I didn't see the final confirmation of cast, but heard Adam Schiff broke down. I didn't see him break down, but it was 51-49. Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins voted no, which gave the Democrats 49. And that was it. Those were the only defections. Claudette Bruley, imagine what these lists coming out will do to the entertainment industry. Is there even an entertainment industry left anymore? I mean, let's be honest. Here's a beautiful theater here, two beautiful theaters here in Boca. I like to go to iPic. Any other night, I'm like, Rob, let's go see a movie. Never mind. Looks like it's the tube here. There's nothing out there. There is no Hollywood right now. And when it does come back, watch out for Sylvester Stallone and John Voight and those guys and what they end up doing down here in South Florida. Steven Anderson, Grok, Mitch McConnell, 3 others, Fort Knox has said gold there. Well, we'll see. Jeremiah, there's nothing left for the deep state because there was never any buffers to cover the corruption. I agree with that. Caleb, which Grok on X is the right one, Barry? It just updated. I'm not sure, depending on your subscription, with your premium user, but Grok 3 is the latest version. Laura Gray, then we'll make sure she doesn't get the 5,000. Exactly, talking about Jasmine Crockett. Jeremiah, yeah, if Trump doesn't stop, neither do we. Period. And exactly. Dragon 76, sweep the leg, POTUS. Sweep the leg. Retro Bill. Identity of 329-year-old Doge bound. It was Mitch McConnell. Ken Hollis. Hey, brother. Thank you. Thank you for inspiring me. Yes. Thank you. Daniel B. Love your show, Barry. Thank you for inspiring me. Oh, that was the same one. Daniel B. I just heard something about Canada preparing for war with U.S. Don't believe that. Canada's going to fight? Yeah, good luck with that. I'm seriously, good luck with that. Mr. Mike, Barry, what happens to the average day American if Fort Knox is empty? Barry, what happens to the... Oh, it just repeated. If Fort Knox is empty, as Kevin Demerit was saying earlier, it's going to affect your trust in your government. That's what's going to happen. We are going to find out that our government has been lying to us. On an economic level, we haven't been on a gold standard for quite some time. So it'll take a hit because people will realize, don't trust a word these people are saying. Roaring Rage, I think Robin must have been watching. I just did get a text from her. Let me see what she says. She writes in the chats, I'm in the chats and I'm dead. I can't even believe it. So she loved it as well. I'm surprised she just didn't come in and take them from me. Oh man, that's funny. Donna, Dems are running around spazzing out with migraines while we MAGA are together building a new government for the most important country in the world. Bingo, exactly. Great. Jeremiah again, Georgians for Governor Trump. Give a like, please. Fume Drummer, Cash told Trump, swear me in via Zoom. I'm working this gig from home. He's probably already on the job. I hear what you're saying. Where am I here? Okay. Robert Malone, I really enjoy watching your videos. Thank you. Mary Boston, thank you very so much. Winning. Benedetta Salerno, right now Cash busy with indictments. Schiff, Raskin, Schumer. No, he can't go after Schiff. Schiff was the one in that group there that he got a pardon. Scumbag. Chapo, so much winning I can't post fast enough on social media. Liberal meltdowns. Oh, it's only 30 days. It's gonna get worse. and Ramaroy. Barry, you should check out Clear Value Tax because he does a breakdown of the probability of us getting the Doge dividend. Okay, I will. Clear Value Tax. We'll do so. Drew Pointer, another excellent job. Thank you. Lady, I was scared there for a while because nobody knew where Donald Trump was. And we're all just watching. And luckily, today, I had an idea and I said, you know what? Make sure you've got a couple of videos ready to go because this guy, he don't seem to be on time a lot. So, from now on, if he schedules something, I'm going to make sure he have some stuff to go over because the dude he don't run on time. Lady Addie Barry, your team rocks USA. Yeah, I can't wait to go watch the end of it. Skyhook Trucker, Barry, I love your show. I've been trying to go to Patriot Attic, but I can't get there. I watch your show on my phone, so I can't scan the QR code. So when the QR code comes up on the screen, you should be able to use your phone. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're watching on your phone, and you can't get there because of the QR code. That is a great question because what I'm going to do, and Ashley, if you're still around or if you're here, I will ask them for a direct link, and with a direct link, I can put it on the screen so we know where to go. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I'll take care of that. Guarantee you. Watch tomorrow. I'll take care of that. Olivia, thank you very much. Neil, just a thank you for all you and your team did. Neil, are you in the group? How's it going? Let me know. Caleb McIntosh, thank you so much, Barry, for showing the Black History Month. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. Brian Newland just did the math for a quart of egg whites. 22 eggs would make a quart of egg whites. Lucky, love the jackal singing, by the way. All right, so if 2 dozen eggs equals 1 quart of egg whites, 2 dozen eggs, from what people are saying, are costing anywhere between $15 and $16. So I'm getting them for $5. Maybe you might want to go to the store tomorrow, and while everyone's over there, bitching about the eggs, you can go and get a quart of egg whites. Make sure it's pure. Make sure it doesn't have any crap in it. Make sure it's just egg whites. You're like, hey, nobody's can get 2 or 3 of them. just tiptoe away. Egg whites, my tip of the night. Make it work for you. Jeremiah, the only federal legal standard is the gold standard as per the Constitution. I agree with you. I think I have to go down a little bit so I can get these last 2. There we go. Awesome day in MAGA world. Diana Z, absolutely. Can Adam Schiff get fired, though, even though he can't prosecute him? Nope, he can't get fired. He's an elected official, and unless he's voted out of office, there is no way to get rid of him. That's just the way it is. But let's see what here. Roaring Rage, I think we all love these pet blankets. Oh, they're gorgeous. And these 2 puppies, I'm telling you, these puppies will love it. I mean, if I could show you Midas right now, he's sitting here sleeping. Midas. He just goes like this with his hair, like, what? What do you want? He's just sleeping. They'll love them. I buy mine from a friend who has chickens, $3 a dozen. Yep. Yeah. Be smart about it. And I think, well, tell me. I've just told you. So tomorrow, check it out. Let me know what you think. Can you get egg whites cheaper? And if you can, get egg whites. Thanks for tuning in. I'm about to play the after party. You guys can hang out and talk. I'm going to go watch some hockey and have some dinner, spend some time with the wife before she goes to sleep, and show the doggies their beautiful new blankies. Roaring Rage, you don't know. You don't know what they're going to do. They are going to be all over these. They love it. They absolutely will love it. In fact, the one problem with Lily, this is embroidered. We have to watch out and make sure she doesn't start trying to eat the threads because she's teething. But they'll love it, and we'll keep an eye on it. I'll just hand it to Robin, and she'll take care of it from there. All right, thank you guys. Good night. Thanks for tuning in 2 shows today. I don't know what tomorrow holds until I see what his schedule is. It is Friday, so probably in the afternoon he'll be heading down here to Palm Beach. Again, we've got Monica tomorrow afternoon. I don't think Trump is going to CPAC, so I doubt he's flying out. Oh, no, CPAC's in Washington. And so J.D. Vance was there today, but I'm not sure he's going. He may just decide, you know what, let me just go over there and make a speech. That being said, thank you guys. Somebody goes, the yolk is where all the flavor is. I'm telling you, I like them. I make omelets with egg whites. They taste fine. Love it. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, go watch the hockey game. Cheer on Team USA, or talk amongst yourselves here for the next 30 minutes. Emmy Vent, thank you for watching.
I could get away with the name X.
Thank you.